Yo, what is up, fools? Welcome to another Lefty Live on a Thursday night. What's crack-a-lackin'? How's it going, everybody? I see we got T-Fetch in the house. Pretty Fly for a Knife Guy is in the house. Let me see if I can add the Facebook group. I always got to do it after because it's stupid. I don't know why. There we go. It's going to add it. Ground Fog. What's up, dude? Paul Mills, Marco, Sensor, Nick. What up, Nick? How you doing, man? How you doing? Nuts for Knives. What's cracking? What's cracking, man? Hey, look at that. I caught up. You guys always talking shit on me, not catching up with comments. Cheers. Got Dr. Pepper cream soda. Oh, Javon's been a member for 21 months. I hear at 24 months you get a special personal teabagging from somebody. What is up, kids? What's up, Javon? How you doing, man? I saw your video today on the nip disassembly. That was nice. Thank you, sir. Glad you're enjoying it. Channel member, by the way. Demonoc, what's up, man? Alicord Paracord, what up? How's it going? So, you guys saw the thumbnail, which was this beautiful Kaiser Mercury. I don't know why aren't you focusing there, buddy? This beautiful Kaiser Mercury, and I was thinking, who the hell is this Alex Berkowitz guy? Who this? So I hit him up and I was like, hey, man, you want to come on? That was at like 4 o'clock. And he was like, sure, that sounds fun. So I think we're going to have the designer of this here knife on to talk about it, which would be very cool. Especially if his camera can focus, because mine cannot. It's probably the lighting. Maybe I need to drop it down a notch. Try this. Try not to aim them right in my face for live streams so that it's not like I don't have like bald head syndrome, you know? Is that a thing? Is bald head syndrome a thing? All right, let's see. There we go. Much better, sir. Much better. It's probably this hat, right? It's like, dude, I love that blue hat. My iPhone loves that blue hat. Peace, neighbor. Check it out. Nuts for Nice says he's doing all right. Yep, don't forget to hit the like button. That's for sure. Don't you forget it. It's an awesome design. And what's up, Maddie? And I want one. But best of 23, false. That honor goes to the wiener. It's hilarious. Oh man, I don't know. This thing just like, you know how a knife just comes along occasionally and just like strangles you? That's just how this one feels. That's how I felt about the Denka early on in the year. I still really love this knife from Cabell Knives, the Denka. This one was the one early on in the year that like I just couldn't get out of my head. It was just one of the best knives I'd seen. And then the Sweeney from Bird Blades was the next one that came along. Right, yeah. And then, you know, the other day, this baby showed up. So let's talk about it. I think I got Alex here. Let me bring him on. Yo, dude.
Hey.
What's going on?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going good. Thanks for coming on, man. I know it was extremely short notice.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, cool, man. So I guess I will introduce you to the people. We're on a live stream with the people. And what's up to Alex? So where do you live?
I'm in Chicago.
You're in Chicago. Okay. I don't know
Yep.
why, but my brain just was going for New York.
New York. I can see that.
It's probably the Berkowitz thing, right?
Yeah, definitely a New York vibe there.
Joseph S., what's up, dude? What's
Hello.
cracking, man? So, what are you carrying?
I mean,
Or
come
what
on.
do you got on your desk? Or okay, you got one too.
Obviously, I mean, they sent I so they sent this to me as soon as like the production was done, right?
Right.
And so I was probably like the first person outside of Kaiser to get one of the official finished ones, and it has not left my pocket since then. Because how could it? It's so cool.
I
But
know exactly how it feels, man. You get a little used to it after a while. Now when like prototypes and stuff come in, they go in the pocket for a couple days, and I suss them out, and then they kind of go into rotation. But the first one,
yeah, for sure.
is this your first? Is this your first design? I should have asked that actually.
First production design, yeah. I've
Okay.
done some other things in the past. I've done box cutters and I've done like mods for Swiss Army knives and that kind of thing. But this is
Oh,
my first full knife design,
okay.
and not last.
Right. So wait. So I did see briefly because I went over to your Instagram to hit you up and ask you to come on, and I saw there was like a box cutter design. Or
Yeah, that's this guy right here.
what's that called?
This one's the comic cutter, and this one is my own production. So I kind of make it myself in small batches
Wow.
and sell them as I'm able to.
What do you? Okay. So what do you make them on? Do you have a CNC or
I don't have a CNC. I am a member of a local makerspace that has a CNC, and I'm actually the CNC instructor there.
what?
So, when I find time to make my way down there, then I can, tear up some brass. I've actually got some copper sitting back there that's been waiting for a while to be turned into more of these guys.
So you're the CNC teacher or whatever. What did you say? Instructor.
Yeah,
So is
yeah.
that what you do for like a day job? Or are you a CNC operator?
No, I'm
Or
actually a web developer by day.
okay.
Uh,
So how
but
can you how did all this come about?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because my background is in digital graphics. That's what I went to school for. That's what I've always done, digital graphics. So I've since, I mean, God, 15, 20 years now, I've been doing 3D modeling and CAD and 3D printing and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And, I've always been interested in knives and EDC and a lot of this stuff. It was one of those things where for a long time you either have your kind of niche customs like this kind of thing, or you have these like really big time makers and designers who basically started off doing their own production and then kind of got brought on by these big companies. And I didn't even really realize that it was possible to design something and like send it to
Right.
anyone and have it something happen.
It's a
So
newer thing. I mean, for
it's
sure.
definitely a newer thing, and it was,
Especially
you know,
being like more mainstream and like more people in the community doing it.
yeah,
There's always like Ken Onion and shit, but like yeah, it usually just had big names that would do it, like Sinkovich, Voxnez, you'd have those guys. But now
right, yeah,
everybody's having knives
yeah. It's
designs.
big,
Great.
and it's both really nice because it's democratizing it, but it's also really intimidating because it's like at first you were comparing yourself to like these stars, right? These people who have been around for decades and have done everything, and now you almost kind of worry that you're like going to get lost in a crowd. But I think it's really cool because you're seeing a lot of innovation come as a result. There's a lot of people who are really great designers who just don't have access to the resources to like, you know, do a full run of custom knives, but they could partner with a company and prototype and iterate and something cool can come out of it.
Right. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions for me or for Alex, about the knife or in general, please ask it. Maddie's wondering
Yeah, absolutely.
what the inspiration was.
The inspiration for this knife, it was actually originally inspired by like a wing, like a bird's wing. I actually have here. This is one of my first 3D printed prototypes, and it's a little more obvious in this that it's like kind
Huh,
of inspired by that.
right,
But I wanted it to be something that's really sleek and kind of, you know, it obviously from the inception it was, what many would call a gentleman's folder, right? It's a
right,
more dressed up knife that's less hard wearing, but it's kind of stylish in that way. And I kind of wanted to lean into that, something this profile. This doesn't really look like it would be either like super utilitarian or like, it's not dangerous looking either. It's just sort of
right.
like sleek. So that's kind of what I went for. So that's why you get that really slim profile. I kind of exaggerated the thinness of it.
Yeah,
And then just kind of playing around with some of the forms to make it like really uh, flow. Try to get like all the curves that flow into each other. The whole surface is like this nice kind of like subtle curve that kind of hits the light nice,
for
and
sure.
just kind of make it feel really smooth. And that's also why I went away from some of the ridges and things that you see on the prototypes, because I wanted it to feel really smooth.
Those lines, yeah. Well, you definitely nailed that part. And then I love the swoop in the blade right here
Hmm.
is perfect ergonomically for your thumb
Yeah, it
to
it
land.
feels good. And also I have this thing where I really want knives to look just as good closed as they do when they're open.
Right.
It annoys me when you have a knife that looks really cool and then when it's closed, it looks kind of goofy. So I kind of wanted that curve to kind of like echo the handle a little bit and kind of have that
Gotcha.
mirror. And then, when you open it, you kind of get this nice like S
Right.
shape out of it. So it kind of does
Yeah.
like a dual duty.
Yeah. I mean, it's a unique design. It's a interesting design. It's normally not something I would like gravitate towards, but
Hmm. Yeah.
just like I'm lucky enough that they sent me one to check out, and this thing is incredible. Like I was as soon as I got it, I did the like an unboxing video, and then I hit them up and I was like, "How much is this thing?" Because in the video, I'm like guessing, I'm like, it's Kaiser, so it's gonna be like $300 probably for this. Because
Right.
this feels to me like I've handled stuff, from I don't know, like these guys who do like CNC custom work, kind of like Craig
Yeah.
Brown. Um, I had a knife from I don't know many people know them, but Shank Knives. I had this Ally knife that really like build quality wise and everything. It reminded me of. I had some knives in from a company called Hog House in Finland,
Hmm.
and that's kind of like the level of knife that this felt like. And I don't know if that's because of the detail you put in it with them or what, but the machining on it it just doesn't feel like a Kaiser really. Um,
Yeah, it's a little out there for them, and I'm really appreciative that they were kind of willing to take a leap because even like when they were doing the reveal in that live stream, and I could see all the other knives that was up for October, and I'm like, oh man, that's the odd one out. Either people are gonna like it or they're gonna hate it because
right.
it is kind of out there, and
You're
I
gonna
and I
get a
kind of
lot of
knew.
polarizing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
that's mostly that's the design aesthetic, but I don't think anybody's gonna be able to argue the quality, like the build quality. Um, like it's hard to kind of explain how I feel about it, but
Yeah,
it honestly feels like a $600 or $700 knife. So that's why
good.
I
I'm
was like,
glad.
yeah, it'll be like it's Kaiser, so it's not gonna be $600. It'll be like three. And they
Right.
were like, no, it's $139.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now? How like, how? How could they like, just it's just so clean." Like
They did a really great job with it, and honestly, I have to commend them because you put a lot of trust in someone when I basically sent them a CAD file, right? I have prototypes that I've done. Here's one that I did myself. This is the prototype that I took pictures of to show them. and this is
Wait,
like
you made that
brass
one
with.
in the whatever this place is, learning center, what is
Yep,
it called?
it's called Pumping Station One. It's a makerspace in Chicago, and yeah, so this is the prototype that I had made before deciding that it was ready. I mean, I've made tons
So
of them. I've got these all over my desk. I've got bags of parts. Like I
okay,
prototyped the hell out of this thing, but there was only so much that I could do with the resources that I had, and
right.
also the time that I had. So there is a lot of trust that goes into it, and I think the thing that really reassured me was one, corresponding with them and kind of seeing how into the details they would get and how true to the design they stayed when they would send me their revision. I'd send them my revisions, and then also going to Blade Show in June, getting to see their prototype for the first time because I hadn't handled their latest prototype yet, and so
Right,
I went to the booth and I got to meet in person the people that
right.
I've been working
I
with
think I met
over
you at
email
the
and whatnot.
dinner that night. Were you there?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
And that
remember
was an
when I
amazing
opened the
experience.
knife, I was like, "I swear," because your last name's not very common, uh,
No,
at least not in the knife world. So,
yeah,
I was like, "Wait, I know this knife," and
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember I remember thinking it was cool, but I don't remember going like, "This is gonna be, like, the fucking best knife I," like, whatever. So,
right.
yeah, but so you know what? What you just said though, it really kinda solidifies what I was saying earlier. You basically made CNC custom versions of this knife as
Yeah,
prototype,
I basically made non-functional, crappier versions of the real thing
right?
as
But
prototypes, and
that's
yeah,
where, like, there's a difference between, like, what I do with my company, with Devo and my
mhm,
partner Colin. He's amazing with graphic design and rendering and all that stuff. But we don't have, like, the CAD stuff down yet, right? And you can
mhm,
see that just level of detail and, like, execution that you get when somebody does have that. If you look at, like, Sharp by Design, right? Or I'm pretty sure that, Sean from Knoll Knives is pretty good in CAD because, like, just the details, the things that they probably send to the OEM, that there's no lost in translation. There's no like room for them to interpret. That's where
mhm,
when you do it our way, where you give them as detailed as possible, like renders and Illustrator files and everything, they still have to convert that to CAD. And then
right, yeah,
there's room
they
for
have to.
them to kind of put their fingerprints on it. Where with people like, Brian Nadeau or whatever, he's like, here, you're just going to push the button and then they're going to
Yeah,
spit these out on the machine. And I feel like you're kind of leaning that way with it.
yeah, it was
Is
kind of
that
in the middle, I would say, because I am very detailed in that way. I mean, my background is the digital side, so, like, for
right?
me, I'll do, like, the crappiest little napkin sketch and then hop into SolidWorks or whatever and play around with the forms there because it just kinda works for me.
Right.
So, by the time I'm ready to present a design, it is, modeled as precise, like, you could pull it out of the screen and it's good, but I still kind of leave a little bit of room for that collaboration too,
Right.
because, like, at the end of the day, when you're working with people who are so experienced in knife making, like,
Yeah.
I'd be foolish to be like, "Well, no, I know better than you." So,
No, they
there
definitely have some real smart people over there. Do you work with
they do,
Azo at
yeah.
all? Or who do you
No, I didn't. I actually worked with, his name is Damon, and he actually
Damon,
just recently
okay.
left to start
Yeah, he
Pyrotech
left.
Knives, and, but and then I've been working with some other people now, and, I mean, everyone there is great. Getting to
How
meet
was
everyone at
the
the dinner
how's
was
the
awesome.
transition? Because Damon was great. He definitely knew his shit.
By
Are
the time
they
the transition happened, the knife was more or less done. There
okay,
were some pretty minor details to iron out, but the transition was basically like, "Oh, yes, yeah, it was Olivia." So it was basically like my introduction to Olivia, and we're going to production. Like the process was basically over at that point. But I've been corresponding with them, and
right.
it's still been really great, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to hopefully get to meet them at another Blade show or
I
something.
don't think I've talked to Olivia. Maybe I have. We have a
I
design
don't.
we're doing with them, but I
Mhm.
talked to Damon. We were doing all these changes, and then I talked to somebody, but maybe I talked to him in person, so it was different. But I don't
Sure.
remember emailing. But I don't know how far along they are on it. They're doing like updated prototypes. Um, but we have so much stuff going
Yeah.
on. I just like
That's
don't even
exciting.
just let them do
It's
their thing and hope it's good,
yeah,
and then tweak it when they're ready. I don't know.
right. That's kind of the other part of it was like, there's so much distance, and it's like you send them an email or whatever, and then you just kind of sitting around in silence until you hear back from them. It's not like an in-person collaboration where you're
Right.
constantly there in the factory and helping them
Yeah.
try out different things, and it's like, okay, we just got this blade off the CNC, what do you think about it, or like try the action on this latest prototype. It's like, oh well, we'll have to mail you something, or we'll show you photos, or you have to kind of
Yeah, no, that's the hard part when you gotta circle shit and you gotta be like, "This is what I'm
yeah,
talking about," but
definitely did some
I
circling
need it
and
to
shit.
be upside down and, like, flipped over and then finished with this thing. Like, it's so hard to explain certain things to them.
Yeah.
I've found it's so much easier to do it visually. Like, I'll just record a video with a knife that I have that has whatever I'm trying to explain, and I'm like, "This is
Hmm.
what I want." You know?
Right. Yeah.
It took me like 3
Yeah.
times just to get Kubi to understand what a belt satin was. Like,
Right.
we're like, "Yeah, we could do it. We got it, whatever." Knives showed up. I'm
And
like,
there's always
"No."
different terminology, right? It's like what you would
Yeah,
call something with someone else. I mean, for me, I'm trying to describe this, right? And it's like, how would you describe this blade shape?
yeah, like,
Well, it's a Wharncliffe, it's a cleaver,
straight razory
it's
thing. It's
it's
a
whatever.
modified
It's like,
straight razor. That's what it is.
yeah, I think when I messaged them originally, I said modified Wharncliffe, but honestly, at this point, like they're in their marketing, they're saying cleaver, I think. So like, it
Well,
doesn't
here,
really
look,
matter. Like at the end of the day, then
I wanted to pull up their marketing because I have it somewhere.
yeah,
Hold on. Shit, where is it? Let me do this. Hopefully, I don't have anything weird up on my screen, but share. All right, so it's gonna get weird for a
oh,
second. Don't worry, guys. Um, is it this one? Yeah,
ooh, I don't even think I have this.
they sent it to me because I'm an affiliate or whatever. So
Right. I
I
guess I'm
get
not an
some.
affiliate.
I read through it. I didn't see anything in there I shouldn't show. So let's take a look. Ah, look at that. There's the Phoenix. Shout out to Maddie. Another great knife.
Ooh, that's
Guys,
a
that
nice
one's
looking one.
available right now. I don't think this code will work on it, but hashtag Kaiser Friday Club does save you some bones on Kaisers. But check out the Phoenix. Great knife. Mine's in the pass around right now. So, but here it is. Here's the Mercury. You can see this, right?
I can see it.
Okay.
I
All
don't know.
right, cool. I'm just making sure because I can't see anything but this right now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, $139. I still don't understand how that's possible just looking at the build quality and the materials, but yeah, it's
yeah. They're
just
definitely stepping it up in
I,
terms of that, like
yeah, like
availability versus quality, kind of, and not just with this knife either. A lot of the stuff that they've been starting to kind of push towards
right.
among Kaiser, and I think in other companies, I think that you're kind of starting to see a shift, maybe led by this sort of influx of like designers and custom makers and smaller companies that are popping up where it's like they're feeling a little bit more of the pressure to kind
Yeah.
of stand up in that.
But still, I mean that price is insane. I don't know. I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe they don't I don't know, who knows. But yeah, liner lock. One of the cool things about the design is that it's an inset liner. It literally just has this one it's just the lock bar. It's like just this piece that's
Yep.
in there. I have a disassembly video that I'll post eventually. Um, but so it's all titanium and then just that one liner, which is very, very cool. It has the channel right in the back. Oh no, it's just kind of channeled in. It looks like it because of the clamshell.
Mhm.
But S35BN, it's coming only in this, would you call this bronze or gold?
Yeah, I guess I've been saying it's gold.
Okay.
Um, they were trying to the color came from the prototype, right, was brass, and we really liked this
Ah,
gold handle, and so we decided to try to match it as close we
they're
could.
so
And,
literal
for
sometimes,
for
it's funny.
titanium, but, like, we had talked about other colors too, and there was definitely an opportunity to go a little more tame with it, but I think that at the end of the day, you know, screw tame.
Right. Here's your, description on where it came
Oh,
from.
yeah, I saw someone had mentioned in the comments about, the name being inspired by Mercury with his winged shoes, and you were totally spot on with that. It's
There you go.
basically I have this thing where all of my designs I give, like, space-themed names. So it was
Okay,
like, I wanted it to be space themed, but also it's, the wing-inspired shape, so it was perfect. It was Mercury.
right. So here they give you some, they give you some details. They call it a cleaver. It's to me, I
Yeah,
I call it a cleaver when it's like big. That's when I call it a cleaver.
right. I would agree. Normally, I wouldn't call this a cleaver because it doesn't like,
Right.
it may have the general shapes, but it doesn't look like a cleaver
But
if you
I
think of
get
like
where they're
a
coming from, I
chef's knife.
guess. Um,
Yeah.
contoured scales, integrated backspacer, which I love that aspect that it's clamshelled, and then you have the, internally mounted 3D mill clip, which
Yep.
works fantastically, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
I'm I'm very glad about that. I'm very particular about pocket clips on knives.
they're
I
going
Every
pretty,
time that I get a knife, like half of them, I end up grinding the pocket clip in some way to like make it, suit my
right.
needs because I get so annoyed by them.
This is their little, what the knife is good for
Ooh, I
thing.
love the style guide,
I love how they put
a little
urban
mood
EDC.
board. Urban EDC is a wedding, I guess.
Yeah, oh my god. Then they go to the next knife, which I could show you guys some of the other ones that are coming. Let me just stop sharing that. But yeah, because like I was looking at this. This is the Towser K. This is kind of
Yeah.
cleavery, right? This is more
Yeah, that's
cleaver.
a little more
Or
cleavery.
this.
Right.
Um,
That's more what I would think of when you say a cleaver style
right,
blade. It's like it's not just the shape, but the proportions
right.
of the
But
blade.
it was amazing to me unboxing, and I have no like these specific knives. They both have a little bit of they have detent lash, so I hate that. But like, I don't have anything
Mhm.
against these knives in general. But like, when I did the unboxing, I was like, this company made this. Like, it's just kind of like how, I get it. They have different segments and stuff, but it's just amazing. Um,
Mhm.
so hopefully it's a sign of, but they've always been able to do good stuff. So I think, it's a combination of all those things, including the detail that you probably sent them. Let me see if I missed any questions or anything.
Yeah,
Is the
definitely.
Mercury available? No, so it'll be available in November. I don't know when in
Mhm.
November, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know either. So
yeah, I think they said early-ish because normally they send me stuff. It was weird. This just showed up the other day, and I was like, "Did you mean to send me this bag of knives?" Because like it was pretty shortly after the last ones. Um,
but yeah,
yeah,
because they just did all
but
their September drops in October,
yeah,
so
so I think it's
they're kind of
mid-November.
kicking them out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's mid-November. Space theme, yes. Yep. Maddie's a nerd and he likes what's that game you're talking about, dude? Space something?
Starfield, maybe?
Shit. Star, it was called Star something.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Space nerds.
Yeah. Are you a video game guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I used to be until I had a kid. But Maddie's into this Star. God damn it. He'll tell us if
Starfield.
he's still here. Starfield.
Yeah. That's next on my list for sure.
Oh, there you go.
So I
Um,
I got you, Matt.
Sorry, Big
I
Cheese.
know what
Took
you're
me a
talking
minute
about.
to answer your question. Um, no, that's not a question. Let me see.
Yeah,
Someone want to
you guys
know
are
what's
seeing
out of
my
the supply closet?
you're seeing my office slash home workshop, which since I live in a small apartment is literally just like a wall of tools and like racks and things and
Yep.
3D printers, and it's a real mess in here. But
It's funny.
you know,
That's just what you see with knife guys. They just fill a room up.
yeah, absolutely.
Fill a room up with tools, whether it's knives or whatever.
Yep, exactly.
Let me see. I also asked people what they thought. See if anybody answered. Hey, nobody answered the poll. Oh, maybe. Hold
No
on.
one answered the poll.
I was asking what people's favorite knife design of 23 was. Someone put
Ooh.
Chavez RCK9. That must be that new one. So there are two answers. The other one is why is cheese so good? Thanks, Maddie. Chavez RCK9. That's the one that used to be a Eutectic. No, what's that brand? Iconic, that budget brand. And then Chavez turned it into a titanium folder. Casey says the microburst, which is his design. Funny enough, he
Ooh.
has a knife called the pinion, which is I think a bird's wing bone or something. So it's kind of related.
Oh yeah, kind of avian. I like that one.
Yeah, that one's the microburst. He does all weather related names.
It's kind of fun to have a theme.
Yeah,
Although it does make it a
we
little
do beer
harder.
stuff or alcohol stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our thing. I quit drinking right after we started the company, but
But
gotta roll with.
it's still in there.
You gotta roll with it. That's just how it goes. So,
Yeah.
how deep are you into the knife community? Like, are you a full time, all the time guy, or are you just like, I like knives, but I do other stuff? Like, that's a weird question. I don't know what I'm exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I a little bit of both. There's definitely, I've got my small but growing collection, and I try
Right.
to keep up with a lot of the designers and a lot of kind of what's happening, but it's there's definitely people who blow me out of the water, and I
What's your
make no buts
what's
about
your
that.
uh what's your favorite knife in your collection, or some of them, if you know?
Okay, let's see here. I did grab a couple. Uh, I I like weird knives. I think that they're really fun. So I really like this is the CRKT Fulcrum, and it just has
Okay.
the weirdest mechanism.
Is that kick to a half stop?
Yeah, so you separate the handles and then you put them back together. It's so weird. It's not very practical. I mean, it's not impractical. You can do it one handed and everything, but
I've never seen
it's
that
fun.
knife. That looks pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, the original Fulcrum was discontinued like years ago, and I found out about it after it was discontinued. And then like literally 6 months later, they announced this rehash of it, and I was like, oh fuck it, I
wait,
need
so
that.
that recently came out?
No, this was years ago, but
Oh,
at the time, that's what it was.
so how long have you been into knives?
I mean, a while. The first like real knife that I purchased was probably this guy. Everyone's probably seen the leak. It's a
That's like
pretty
probably
it's
90% of people's answer to that.
yeah, it's like such a well-known,
Kershaw something.
well-established, yeah, Ken Onion, super
Yeah.
famous designer, and I bought this in high school.
At Walmart,
So
right? Or something.
no, I ordered it online.
Oh shit. How young are you? How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, yeah, that's not too
So
young. I
this
mean, I'm
was
35, but I didn't order
yeah.
stuff online like a lot when I was in.
I
I
was one
think
of those
until
kids
like
who like grew up on
after
the
college.
family computer, Like I was always online, and it makes sense. I'm a programmer and I'm a digital designer. Like
Right.
I'm all on computers, so that's kind
Okay.
of the the
Got
thing. But yeah, so I've had that one for a long time. Got my donut knife. Everyone's got a donut knife.
Okay. Which one? The Boker Kalashnikov one? I haven't.
Yeah, this is the mini, the mini.
Okay. I have the this just came back today. This is a crispy donut community.
Oh
It's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
it's called the Chicago, actually.
Huh.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Yeah,
They have
honestly, I don't even
pre-orders.
carry this one because I'm not really I'm not big into push button autos,
Yeah. No.
so I don't really carry it. But I just, you know, I thought it was fun, so I got it.
Did you get the Wiener Warrior?
I didn't get the Wiener Warrior. No, I've seen it. Honestly, I think it's interesting because it has a really interesting blade shape with no tip,
It's horrible.
right? And it's like it's such a gaudy, goofy thing, and it loses a lot of functionality because of it. But I do think it's interesting that they lean so hard into the like gimmick that they changed it that way. Because obviously this one is just painted,
Right.
but then
Well, you
that one
can't
they
really
literally
make
like
a
changed it.
donut-shaped knife, so
No,
but you
well,
can
I don't.
make a
Maybe
wiener-shaped knife, I guess.
D Rocket's got one that's circular. He could probably punch a hole in it somehow and make it a donut.
D-Rocket. Which one do you mean that? What is it? Like that button lock thing? No, it's Surge. Excuse me.
So,
What?
oh, Surge has like a coin shaped one.
He has that
Oh no, D
claw
Rocket's
one,
got
yeah.
a yeah. D Rocket's got one that's like a half circle, and then when you like rotate it open, and it like becomes a full circle.
Oh, shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does a lot of kind of funky stuff like that.
Alright, what's
I like
the
him.
most recent knife you bought?
Most recent, the most recent knife I bought is actually still on its way here because I ordered it like 2 days ago. I
What's that?
ordered the
Vivo
what's it
Knives
called?
Nip, right? No.
No, it was a Civivi. It was one of their button locks, but it wasn't the Elementum. I
Uh,
honestly can't. I literally
okay.
I bought it because I'm interested in working on a button lock, but I kind of wanted. I don't own any button locks, so
I
I
hate
can't
button
like.
locks. Officially, I hate them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
do a
don't have a ton of experience with them.
I'm gonna do a rant video on that very soon because it just keeps popping up that shit like they just keep breaking and failing and
Mm.
just like every month there's a new but some kind of button lock gate like something fucks up.
I'll definitely be looking out for that because I don't really have a ton of experience with button locks aside from autos, and I
Yeah,
was curious, so I picked up one, but um, basically everything I have otherwise is a flipper of some sort.
yeah.
You know,
Unless you
got
get a
my little
Protec button locks are good. They're the only ones. They're the first and the last. But
well, maybe I'll
nobody
make the
else.
second.
And I will say, to be fair, we Civivi would be the only company that I would also put in that category. They do
Mm,
a really good job with the button lock. Everybody else, like here's a Kaiser. I love Kaiser. We have a licensed design with them that is a button lock. So I'm a hypocrite. But this thing has like crazy detent lash. Uh,
mm.
half the time when you have one of these, you can just tap it and they fail. Now
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm worried about.
buttons are exploding now. Like it's just, this design, I don't know what they changed on. If anybody can tell me, I don't know what they changed on the sheepdog to make it a button lock. I feel like they did a button lock before already, but um, when you thumb flick this thing, your thumb just smashes into the frame right here. Like
Oh,
let me see if I can get it on camera to show you. Unless you flick it from down here, like your thumb is just pounding right into this. And it's extremely like annoying. I don't know why, like what they changed when they did it. Cause I've had sheepdogs and I've never had that problem where it wants to take my thumb off. Like,
yeah. I wonder if they repositioned the pivot or something
that's what I'm
to
thinking for
make
the
it
button. They
work.
had to, because with the button, you have to have the plunge back there. And usually it messes with this whole area right here.
Right.
So they probably moved it forward to do something, and that caused it to, do that. But like it's got
Right.
up and down. Like button locks just suck. But people keep making them because people keep buying them. So we need to stop the trend.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I don't know. All right, so what's the most expensive knife you own?
Honestly, I don't buy a lot of really expensive knives because
I'm
I
just
don't.
wondering how we got here. Like,
Well, the thing that's funny is like, when I was designing this knife, I started designing this before I even knew that it was possible to like, you know, submit it to anyone or do anything with it. So my plan was to try to see if I could figure out how to make it myself.
right,
I was like, okay, I can do this. Can I then, this one has like doesn't have great action because the blade isn't hardened, so it's been worn down, and the pivot's not exactly the right size because it's just off the shelf. So there's a lot of like issues that come up when you're trying to do something custom. But my goal was really, don't design the knife that you think that you have the capability to make right now. Design the knife that you want and then figure it out from
right.
there. So I think that maybe part of it is that when I was working on this, I wasn't thinking about costs and I wasn't thinking about price. I was just like, I want everything to be as good as I can make it, for what it is. And then when I sent it to them and started working with them, I was fortunate enough that they didn't make a lot of considerations. They didn't say, "Oh, we've got to cut back on, you know,
Right.
the materials or the quality of the hardware or anything like that." They were just like, "Okay, great. We've got a knife that's 99% of the way complete,
Right.
and we'll go from there." And so I think that it, in some ways, kind of pushed them into, once they were set on making this knife, I don't think they could have done it too cheaply because it just wouldn't have worked. The thing is, when you design a knife that's so thin, you really don't have a lot of room to play with the hardware.
Right.
The tolerances between the bearings and the stop pin and everything are so minuscule that it's like, if you move anything by a millimeter, it gets jammed up or it doesn't fit or it doesn't have good, it's very loose, like it just doesn't work. So they, to produce this knife, they kind of had to bring out their A game a little bit, and I think they did that.
Yeah, I think it's also like it's not a super complicated knife, right?
No,
Like it
no,
that's part of the beauty of it is it's simplistic in terms of you have two halves that go together and a liner that's in there. And that's
yeah,
you don't have a ton of like extra parts or anything like that. Now, like it's simple in that sense. Design wise, it's not, but um that plays a part, I guess, in how they're able to do it for the price. But yeah, like I said, I hit them up and I was like, "Hey, how much is this thing gonna be?" And then they told me, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "How many versions are there? And can I like buy all of them so that I can do a video and show all of them for the release?" And I was just gonna buy them, like I wasn't expecting them to send them to me. But then
sure.
they're like, "We're only doing this version now. There might be more in the future." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
Um,
keep pushing them on that. I'd love to do more versions in the
Yeah, I
future.
assume there would be a blue, and then I assume there would just be like a raw tie. Those would be pretty sick.
One I was playing with that was kind of sick was like sort of an indigo for the handle, sort of like a purpley blue. It's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that'd
But
be cool.
the one thing that I was very purposeful about with this design too is it has the liner, and it also has the bronze washers on either, like behind the bearings, right? So the whole point is that the handle does not rely on a material. It's not. It doesn't need to be titanium. It could be any material.
Oh, you're
So
saying there's
in the
washers in here. Bronze? What bronze? I took it apart. I didn't see any. There was steel washers in here.
Oh, they might have done steel in the end.
Okay. I switched it to skiff bearings, which didn't really change anything, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta do that, right?
Well, it
I
comes
I
down to for most people, for me, I love doing skiffs because it gives me more like lateral strength. Um,
mhm.
but usually it buys you some more balls. So like for some reason the size they used in here, which is 5mm 3/64 ball, they only have like 8 balls in the bearings. Uh,
Mhm.
and if you use skiffs, they have 15 or something. Like it's crazy. It's like 5 extra balls
Yeah,
per side. So you get 10 extra ceramic balls in here if you switch to skiffs. So you just, to me, you get a lot better side to side like stability. You can tighten it down more, basically. But
right.
like action and it feels the same. Like it didn't change at all. But yeah, it had steel washers because I remember flipping them over. So what you're
Sure. Yeah,
saying
I
is
think in the prototype they were bronze, but yes, yeah.
so what you're saying is you could do like an Ultim handle and you just
Yeah.
have the washers in there. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The only thing that would be a consideration in terms of material is that because of the way it's constructed, the one screw back here goes into the handle material as opposed to
Yeah.
going into, say, like a steel, insert or something like that. So,
Yeah.
you'd have to be able to tap a thread in it, but there's also
Not
a decent amount of meat here. I mean, there's a good,
they
you
can
know,
seat threads
almost a
into
quarter
something.
inch. And you could do like an insert or an insert or something if they
Yeah,
wanted
they
to. So
could do that.
if
I'm
if
not
we're
saying
looking into
they could.
other materials, that's definitely something we could explore. But I think that it'd be really cool to play around with like, some fancy carbon fiber
Yeah,
variant, or I know Ultim's like super hot right now. That would be kind
yeah.
of cool.
I
But
like it, but I also hate it. It's weird.
I like that it's, kind of transparent and stuff, and it's interesting to see like the internals. I don't necessarily love the color. I
Yeah,
know there are other colors of it, but they're like pretty rare.
looks
But it
like
would be kind of
this.
cool to do like a black Ultim or something, which is kind of
Black
a
is
smoky
really
look.
the only other color I know of,
I've
but
seen other colors, but I've only seen them for industrial applications. So I think that it would be
gotcha.
kind of a new thing to be like, oh, we're gonna do blue Ultim because it's probably like a really specialized material.
Yeah, like here they did Ultim on this one. They did a good job with it. It's very transparent. It's contoured. It's clear. I've seen a lot of
Yeah, I don't
companies.
think I've seen a polished Ultim
I've
before.
seen a lot of
Usually
companies
it's
fuck it up. That's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe
like
this
it a
is
few
their
different
guys are
ways. Like
showing off.
I have this thing from EMP. It's like a Kenny shaped knuck thing.
Yep, I've seen that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like the way they finished this. I think it's just
Yeah,
like
like kind of frosted,
yeah,
probably
frosted.
blasted, like maybe like lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then what's Jack Wolf did a knife with it and they did a bead blast. Which kind of makes it a little like creamier. Not
hmm
really my preference, but it's just cool to see the different finishes people use. Um, but yeah, I think Kaiser did a good job with it on the Towser K. This is dropping next month too. They have one in stonewash and one in black wash. This is black wash, right? It might just be black coating. And then they have that
yeah,
button lock sheepdog that I don't quite understand, but it looks cool.
yeah,
And then they have a tactical knife from Dirk Pinkerton. This thing is amazing. It's called the variable Wharncliffe, but they used weave carbon fiber for the handles that just looks amazing.
oh yeah,
And then I'm not a fixed blade or tactical guy, but this thing literally just like melts right into your hand if you put your finger through the ring. Got jimping right here. I could just use this for regular EDC work. And then I guess you can like knuck it. And then now you got a raptor claw.
yeah. Just punch someone with your knife.
I mean, it's wild, but it's cool as shit. I mean, like I said, it's not my style, but I can appreciate it.
You are seeing kind of a like that's kind of the new trend that's happening. Is a lot of these sort of, I guess they're like micro fixed blades,
Yeah,
right? You've got
yeah.
like that's kind of a thing, and it's kind of interesting to see the different takes on it because you kind of think like, what could you? It's just a fixed blade, but it's smaller. But then there's a lot of really interesting things that people are doing. And I'm also not really a fixed blade guy, but I think it's kind of cool to see how they're evolving.
Chicago pizza is more food. How can you not like? I'm not a fan of deep dish. That's disgusting. It's basically
You
like
want to know something?
ravioli.
I'm also not really a fan of deep dish.
It's like ravioli. I don't
I'm
quite
I'm
get it.
not a Chicago eater. Like
Okay.
I'll
Are
put
you
ketchup on a
native?
hot dog. I grew up around here. I grew up in the north suburbs of Chicago,
Okay.
so I've lived here my whole life. But I don't know. I've got a. I was born on the East Coast, and my family's from the East Coast. So maybe I got a little bit of that lingering
Quit.
somewhere deep.
So, are you married or anything? You don't have to answer these
I
questions.
am.
Okay.
Yep.
Married. Do you have any kids?
I don't have any kids. I have one annoying cat, and
Nice. Thanks,
but
Casey.
yeah.
Appreciate the $2, man. Thank you.
Oh, right on.
Ed says, best knife design of 23. I've spent most of the year hunting down grails from other years, but maybe the Sparrow Strix. Is that a 23 design? I don't know when he did the pre-order on that. I would call it a 23. Sure. I know I reviewed it in the winter when he did the pre-order on it. I actually just talked to Greg today. Do you know Greg or Sparrow Knife Co? Have you heard of
Oh,
Sparrow?
I'm familiar. Yeah.
I talked to him today because he finished up a custom for me. I got on his books like a year ago or something, and apparently it's his first lefty he's made. But I got a custom Strix coming. Pretty excited about that.
Oh yeah. How? I mean, so you've got all of these liners and frame locks. How do you have to deal with any kind of funkiness doing them lefty? Is there anything that I should know going into the next liner lock design about making it
Yeah.
more ambidextrous?
Well, so doing a liner lock solves the problem basically. If you make it a frame lock, then hold on, let me show this. If you make it a frame lock, then it's like you got to worry about lock bar pressure. Hold on, I'll grab something. Like I gravitate towards the knives that work left-handed. So like this has a sort of
Mm-hmm.
bolster lock, but I can rest my thumb like kind of on the lock bar. It doesn't, as long as I don't come all the way up here, which my natural grip is right here, I can
Mm,
fire it. But if I go up higher, it completely locks the knife up. So yeah, any frame lock, it's hit or miss. It can work or it might not. And then like you might get another example and that one doesn't work. Like the
right.
pressure on a frame lock is very finicky. It's gonna, depend on how they set the detent and all that shit. So if you can avoid it with a liner lock, that's the way to go. That's one of the reasons I really love this knife is because
Mm-hmm.
tucked in a liner lock in there. It's one of the reasons I really liked Mattis Faction's design, the Phoenix, because he did the same thing. He put this beautiful little like inset liner lock in there instead of going with what I thought you would see, which would be like a bolster lock or a frame lock. So
Right.
I just appreciate it when guys do that because on a knife this small, like my thumb has to be in that area, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Even
and with a
right-handed,
knife this small, that
even
then just
right-handed,
the
you got it,
comfort.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. I'm one of the lefties that doesn't care about the clip. I used to, but I learned to just like I carry all my right-handed knives. Like right here, I have an extra pocket, and
Mm-hmm.
it's on my side. It faces the front, so the blade's not going to open, and I can easily get it with a left hand. It's no different than having it in the front left, but it's against the seam, so I don't have to worry about it. I try
Right.
to tell all the lefties about that back pocket trick, but some people don't want to put knives in their back pocket, I guess.
I get that. I don't like to put my phone back there, but some people love to put their phone back there.
That's why I got these pants, this brand. It's called Off the Grid Surplus. If anybody's interested, they got jeans, they got khakis, they got all types of shit. And they have these extra pockets on each side, about 2/3 of the way back on your hip. And they're like, I think the design on it was to put like magazines, like for
Sure. Yeah.
carrying or for the range or whatever. But they fit an iPhone or a cell phone perfectly. So like I carry my phone in that pocket, so it frees up everything else. I can carry a knife on the other one because there's one on each side. So I literally took my whole wardrobe and got rid of it, and I just bought all I wear is these pants or shorts. I have both, and I always have that pocket. So, but yeah, they're very similar to Vertex, but the Vertex I had, the pocket wasn't big enough. Like they made it just wide enough for a mag, but like this, you can fit like your phone in there, which is
Right. It's more versatile.
to me. But yeah, I'll put a link if you guys want. It's Off the Grid Surplus. I actually got a discount code from them today. I think they sent me the code. It's LeftyEDC 15. You guys get 15% off in case anybody's trying to buy clothes. I don't even know if here it is. I copy that. Hang on. Random sales pitch for pants. Use code LeftyEDC15. There you go. All right. But yeah, anyway, for your knife, I don't have any lefty feedback because it's perfect.
Well, it's good to know what makes it good for you, though. Because I think that, like, for me, obviously I like the liner, one for the versatility of it, and also just because like it means that you don't have to consider that in the design as much. It's like it's very clean, but I don't think I would have thought about the way that having it in your other hand, you put more pressure on your thumb and just how that affects deployment. Like that's a very simple thing, but it's easy to overlook if you're not dealing with it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but even right-handed on a knife this thin, you could have issues because you're gonna have to put pressure down,
Yeah, and this is definitely kind of goes into that, like, when you're designing something that's this thin, you have to be really careful with it because every detail is magnified. If you've got like a big chunky knife, you've got a lot more room to play with placement of different parts and have it still work pretty well and easy to change if you don't like the position of something. But like for this, the original prototype, like one of the first prototypes I did, you could see the flipper tab is just like what 2 millimeters lower, and it felt really weird. I didn't like it, and I was worried that I literally would not be able to like move it enough to keep the knife functional and also feeling good. And like this is like right at the edge of where I would be able to put it without significantly changing the geometry of the locking mechanism.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's another detail I thought was really cool is the amount of space that the lockup happens on is like incredible. It's like what, half a millimeter. It's like insane how thin that area is.
It's a good 1.5 millimeters. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but yeah,
too
it's
well.
definitely one of those things that I was worried about at first. But I think the fact that this very
It's so
clearly
small.
isn't the kind of knife.
I don't think it would cause an issue. I just think it's cool.
Well, I was worried if it was too small,
Yeah,
but
it's like 1.3 millimeters.
yeah, you're not going to be using this knife to like baton wood.
Nah.
So
I think I tested it too in my video. I was smacking it and it wasn't.
yeah, and it held up good.
Yeah. Yeah, they could hold Pop-Tarts. Those pockets are sick, man. Yeah, they're rifle mag pockets, but come on. You're gonna put your iPhone in there.
I mean, that's basically the same size, more or less.
Yeah. Yeah, they make pens for lefties. What's wrong with that? The bolt action ones? I actually prefer the right-handed ones, though. So far for me, the CKF Sukhoi 4 for bougie. Oh, and the Debo Buzz. Nice, dude. Thanks. Dude, corduroy pants? I'd love to get some corduroy pants. I haven't seen those in forever. Can I have a Mercury for free?
You're gonna have to ask Kaiser about that.
Yeah, you gotta talk to Kaiser, man. Gotta talk to Kaiser. Yeah. I don't know, man. I usually, whenever I get knives in like this, I always pass them around. Like I have a pass around group.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
That's
one
cool.
where I'm tempted to just like not do that. I just want to keep it.
You're like, I just want to hold on to it. I want to keep flipping it.
Yeah. Jay May says he got his nip today. Right out of the box, it was banging smooth. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. I had somebody email me right before the live. They said theirs showed up and it was like destroyed in the mail or something. So hopefully that's not something that repeats itself. But I feel like most of them were delivered already.
That's the most nerve-wracking thing. It's like you drop a package off and now you're like, all right, now it's in the hands of fucking postal service. Fingers crossed.
Well, it's when you drop off 200 of them, it's even worse. And I used like bubble mailers. I used like a like a bubble mailer like this big.
Yeah.
The box is like this big. It's a tiny knife.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if you know. This is the knife. And just for reference, it's tiny. And the box is very small. It's like just fits around the knife a little bit. So I put it in these little mailers and then, some tape or whatever. I've never had a problem with mailers. But yeah, apparently this one, I asked him for pictures though, because he said it sounded like the actual knife got marred up, which is impressive. If somehow it got so banged up that it crushed through the box. And
maybe it got like caught in an
actual
conveyor belt or something.
Yeah, it must have got like squeezed or something between some. It happens, Kaiser, what's up?
Yeah, I saw him pop in.
What's cracking, Kaiser? Who are we chatting with from Kaiser? Let's see. Best purchase of 23 is the Jack 2.0. Dude, that is a really sweet knife. The one that you could swap the blade for like a beard comb.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin is making me a green deadlift. Oh, sweet. You talked to him? You're getting that done? So speaking of USPS destroying knives, so Rocky loaned me a Hawk deadlock. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Oh, I know it.
Yeah. So this was like a $1,300 knife. And I did the review and I sent it back. And I sent it in one of those mailers, actually. And apparently, like I taped the shit out of it, but still, apparently USPS squeezed it through a conveyor belt, or it just got. It looked like 45 hit it, like it was, like it got shot, legitimately, had holes in it and shit. So if I got like insurance money, and then so this whole thing, and we're waiting for them to make him a new one. And it looks like that's happening. So that's awesome, dude. It's been like 8 months, but hey. Claire here. All right. Hey, Claire, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by the live. Do you know Claire? I don't think I've spoken to Claire before, but
I'm not sure if I know Claire. Was Claire at the Kaiser event?
I don't know, but Olivia's here too. There we go.
I know Olivia. Hi, Olivia.
Word got out.
You guys hear that? They all like it.
Yeah. Well, they must have seen
me hyping up
because the title. They were like, "We want to find out who we're working with."
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
It's actually just a takedown video. You're just digging into all my dirty secrets and blasting me on the internet.
Awesome. Sounds like Maddie's got another one cooking.
Ooh.
Excellent, dude. Excellent. Free Phoenix tonight. I might be able to cook up something from Kaiser. I don't know. Let me see if I got anything.
I don't know. The people from
one thing I want to tell you guys, if Kaiser, if you're watching, I can't get this thing out of the sheet. This thing is like, I had to use 2 pry bars, one on each side to get it to let me pull it out.
Oh no.
That was a fun part of the video. So let me see, what can we give away? I have these cool these are keychain quick releases from Ant Designs. They sent me a bunch of these. So I'll give one of those away. I don't think I have any Kaiser knives here to give away, but I do have an O knife, which they made, so that counts, sort of.
Yeah.
I have the Tactile and the Parrot. Let's go with the Tactile. So we'll give these away tonight. There. That's kind of Kaiser-y. Does that count? Good enough for me, anyway. Good enough for free, right, guys?
Right.
Not a lefty fixed blade. I should try it right-handed. That would be some shit, wouldn't it? Dude, it's so tight that I could pull harder, but I don't want to because I'm seriously afraid that I'm gonna whip it out and either stab myself or something. But here, I'll get it out and then I can show you guys because it's a cool fixed blade. But I have to use these pry bars. So I get one up under the left side, and then I get one up under the right side, and that'll pry it out. But it's a very cool looking fixed blade.
It is.
This one is in D2. It's called the Megara, and it says Bolt on it. And there's some writing. I don't know if that says anything, actually. I don't know who the designer is on this. It's
That's
not
the one that they were saying is inspired by kind of a classic Bowie knife.
Yeah, it's not Usain Bolt, I assume. I wonder if it's on that sheet that I was looking at earlier. Let me see. Sheepdog. We have the Towser K. Yep, the Megara. So this is going to be $66. That's pretty impressive. G10 handle, 4.77 blade. Okay, so the designer is Arthur Szuta, Szuta. And I cannot say these words, but it says in the Gujarati and Marathi language means crocodile. Megara does, I guess.
Classic.
So he named it after Crocodile Dundee from that scene where he's like, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." So that's the idea, making a large fixed blade along the lines of a Bowie clip point, but with a touch of my style, he says. And it says Bolt Vision. Okay. I can't see that on this on the lasering. It's just too small for me. Let me see if there's any information we need to know. Cool sheath for protection, safety, and accessibility. And it will definitely safely secure this knife. It's not going anywhere.
You're protected from your own knife.
Yep. The only thing that I didn't love on the knife itself was the finger choil, or what I assume is supposed to be a finger choil. When I grip up on it, I immediately poked myself with this edge termination because it's kind of I don't know if there'd be a way to kind of just dull that down a little bit so that when you grip it, you're not, because you're right up on there. And I have a large glove size hand. It's not huge or anything. So that's my.
Might just be sort of an exaggerated sharpening choil,
Yeah. I don't know. I think, didn't it? I don't know if it said finger choil, but the reason I think it's meant to be used is the jimping there.
Oh yeah.
So the jimping rides all the way up. So I assume you're meant to be able to do this.
Yeah, no,
Which,
you're right.
if you're careful, you can, right? But that's the only thing. I really like the design. It's very clean. It's sleek. It's super comfortable in the hand. If you can get it, if you can get it out of the sheath, you're good to go. Like, ugh.
At least you know it's not going to fall out.
Yeah, it's definitely not falling out. It's funny. But yeah, I took this one apart too, the Towser K. You know what they should call it? I'll give you this one for free, Kaiser. You should call it the Towser Pay. Because that's what the material is called, pay. So there you go. All right. I thought that would get a laugh out of you, but it didn't. So, okay. Moving on. But yeah, I took this one apart. It has the same bearings as like a CKF Evo. It's got those big ass multi rows. I put in skiffs, and the action was already really good. It's just same, really good. So
Yeah.
There's enough blade there. They could have put a full choil on there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've nearly got it. They just give it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
No, I tried that, Jesse. The only screw, well, you tell me if I missed it. The only screw I saw were these, and they were loose already. Like they weren't super tight or anything. I removed them, and I still couldn't get it out easy. But I don't see anything under there. I think it's just a super tight fit, and maybe I'm weak or something.
yeah, maybe put it in some hot water for a bit or something, loosen it up.
Seems like if you lift, well, I don't want to lift and pull with my finger, but it's easy to get out when I do that trick with the pry bar. So, I wish Kaiser. Yeah, I saw somebody else mentioning the D2 on the fixed blade, right? And I don't know what's on this one. What's on this Dirk Pinkerton? This thing's the shit, by the way. That sheet's great. This is 154, I think. Yeah, 154 CM. See, I would have been fine with D2 on this because it's coated. I mean, and it's like a tactical thing. It doesn't really need super good edge retention. But anyway, I saw somebody talking about the D2 on the fixed blades and giving them shit. But like, isn't it like traditional that fixed blades have like carbon steels that rust and like patina and shit? So like, if you're gonna use 1095, what's wrong with D2? I don't know. I feel like it's fine. But then again, I don't use them for camping or anything. So
Yeah.
if you look at the specs of 14C28N, it is extremely well suited for fixed blades. Super tough stainless with good edge retention, like Magna Cut without the edge retention, basically. Okay, good argument. Heat gun fix in less than 30 seconds. There you go. All right, cool. Thank you. Use heat to mold the sheath to make it looser. All right. Looks like they didn't add a thumb ramp to the Kydex. Would probably resolve the issue. Kev, I can add a thumb ramp, or honestly, you can do it. Okay. I have never tried such thing. It sounds cool. Thank you all.
Little modification. It is a bit of a bummer when you get a knife that immediately needs to be modified to be functional, but it's the sheath, not the knife. So
Yeah.
kind of.
Well, we'll see because other people got them. If they have,
Yeah, maybe it's a fluke.
it could just be the one sheath. If anybody's gonna get a bad one, it's always gonna be me. Like I have like a track record. I don't know what it is. I'm a magnet. I'm the lemon magnet.
Well, I sincerely hope that the Mercury you got is the lemon of the bunch.
Oh yeah,
because that would mean that the rest are even better.
Yeah. Well, it's not every knife, but if there's a bad one, I get it. So I guess there isn't. I guess there isn't one.
Hope so.
So do you have any other designs like already going, or what's the deal there?
I've got some more stuff in the works. Nothing that's quite ready to showcase just yet, but I've been working on some new stuff that I think is pretty cool. I'm trying to, you know, take some of my learnings from the Mercury, the things that I like about it, and try to push them into a new direction and kind of a different style of knife. So we'll kind of see where that leads.
Right. Okay. So you're not going to show us anything, is what you're saying.
No, unfortunately, I can't show anything just yet. I'm gonna have to play a little coy about it, but
All
just
right.
know that this won't be the last that you hear from me. I don't think.
All
I
right.
hope.
I mean, I like the box cutter. How does that work exactly? Like, is it on a detent? Is it on a
Yeah,
magnet? Like,
the box cutter, box cutter blades
right.
have these little grooves. So
Okay.
there's a stop pin that just and there's a little spring in here, and it
Okay.
just
So it's like a traditional style. It's like one of these kind of thing.
yeah,
You
kind of
just push
similar. Yeah,
down and push forward.
exactly. Yeah, kind of a similar kind of
Okay.
form factor, and it's not it's nothing that you definitely have seen this style. It was sort of my own take on a very similar kind of mechanism and form factor, but my I really just wanted to make something that was as close to the size of a box cutter blade as possible. And actually, this could be even smaller, but I wanted to put a lanyard loop on it, so it's basically the size of a box cutter plus a lanyard loop. And this
Gotcha.
is usually my daily carry because it's like just it is. I was playing around with screen printing and I did a half tone of my cat and I was like, well, that could be cool on a shirt, and I just did it.
They want you to
This
show
guy,
it close up. Here,
this or my
I'll
this
make
or
it
my
big.
shirt. There's
Yeah,
the
they're talking about the
I know.
box.
There's that. My blade's all rusty. I haven't actually carried this in a while because I've been carrying my Mercury knife, obviously. But that's what this guy looks like.
That looks nice. Clip. How's the retention
Yeah.
on the blade? Like, does it
Oh,
close
it's
easy
solid.
or yeah?
Yeah, closes and it locks closed, so like it
Have you
cannot
ever
come
made a
out.
left-handed version?
Not yet. I mean, I literally so the first run of these I released like 2 months ago, and then I kind of had to. I had some medical issues, so I had to kind of pull back from doing the next run for a little bit. But I'm working on the next run of them now, so like they're very early in the release. But
Gotcha.
one thing that's nice about this is like it's super easy to to use. Like
Fidget
there's
with.
no there's nothing to like learn about this
Right.
except pushed in.
Are you
So
gonna
this is what
do
I usually carry.
are you gonna do titanium or anything?
I would like to do titanium. Yeah, the next one will be copper, just because I've got the copper already. I'd like
Can
to
your
do
mill
titanium.
handle could it handle titanium?
Well, that's what I'm gonna have to find out. I haven't done titanium on this mill before, but we'll uh, we'll have to see. I, I I mean, let's put it this way: when it comes to machining, CNC machine can cut anything as long as you go slow enough.
Right.
So
Or if you
it, it
put in the right bits or whatever, right?
yeah, and it's also one of those things where like I know of several kind of like small volume machine shops that I could potentially reach out to. If there ends up being more interest in these, I might kind of look into that, working with someone or kind of seeing what my options would be for higher volume runs. But for now, it's like the very low volume, custom, hand finished, all that kind of thing.
Nice. What kind of mill?
The mill that I use is a Tormach 1100 Series 3. So it's like two generations ago, Tormach CNC, which For those who aren't familiar, Tormach is sort of like kind of entry level into the people would consider to be like a real CNC milling machine. It's full size. It has decent horsepower and capacity for its price point. It's pretty cheap. They're generally used for like educational purposes or hobbyists. But they're very capable. They can hold great tolerances. So it's perfect for something like this where, I the details on this can get pretty small, especially on the internals, and using some pretty small tooling, and just take it easy and it works just fine.
Nice. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Ooh. Depends. Do I get a weapon of some sort? I think 100 duck-sized horses would be pretty tough if I had to. I
Horses
don't
are
know.
thick, man.
But
I would go
horses are.
for the duck, and then I would the horse-sized duck, and then I would just like I don't know,
Yeah, I feel
punch him
like I
in the
could.
stomach a bunch of times or something.
Yeah,
Steal his eggs.
I'm with you on that. I feel like taking on one thing seems more manageable than 100.
Well, just think, horses are man, they're tough, dude. They're thick. They're like tanks. I don't know. I wouldn't mess with a bunch of mini fucking horses. That's a good question, Maddie. He's asking what bits you use.
What bits? I mean it. When you're running brass like this, it's pretty forgiving. The main thing for me is, when you're running brass, you probably want to do, at least with the machine that I'm running on, I like to do like higher flute counts, like 4 flute, whatever, because the spindle just can't get up to speed. Like the limit on this machine is 5100 RPM, which is, if you know anything about machining, is like nothing. So to compensate, I kind of have to have that extra cutting surface, because when I'm running like 16th inch mills, or like 50 thou drills, it's like painfully slow, even at max speed. So at least that's kind of what I do. But then I just use basic carbide bits because I do a lot of experimenting, and kind of I want
Who
to
paid
shell
for
out for the higher stuff.
who pays for the machinery at this place?
The machinery is paid for. So the way that this place works is that you pay a membership fee monthly, and then all the members can vote on allocations for the funding. The entire thing is run by volunteers. It's super cool. So like, there's not a single paid employee. Everyone's a volunteer. And so if you want something like a CNC milling machine, you have to put together a proposal, and it goes to a vote. And then you have to, they have to see if they can budget for it, and then organize, how we will obtain it, who will be in charge of it, who will set it up, who will operate it, that kind of thing. How are you going to authorize people on it? Because you can't just let people use it. You have to kind of make sure that they aren't going to like chop their hand off or break the machine in 2 seconds, which is what my job is. I'm the one who teaches people how to use it, and then verifies that they can, and then gives them permission, essentially.
Huh. Could you petition for a newer mill, like a nicer one?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's sort of a balancing act, because being that it is entirely like a hobbyist space,
Yeah.
a lot of it comes down to like how many people are using it, how easy it is for a beginner to learn it, and then like what is you know the budgetary considerations. They don't have like a ton of money, but they had enough
And
for this. So
where's the money coming from again? I'm sorry.
it comes from the member dues. So
Oh, you're
it's 50
paying
bucks a
to
month.
be there. Okay.
I'm personally not, because one of the benefits you get as an instructor there is like you get your membership comped, essentially. But most people, yeah,
What does it
it's
cost?
and it but it's 50 bucks a month for full access, 24 hours a day. It's honestly an amazing deal, and they have milling equipment, they have woodworking equipment, they have a plasma table, they have laser cutters and 3D printers, they have forge, they have, brazing and soldering tools. Like it's honestly wild the amount of equipment and resources there, and it's all available to learn, right? Like that's kind of the big thing, is that you can walk in knowing nothing, and there's a path to learning a given tool or
Right.
workflow or whatever.
Is that
So
how
it's
you
pretty cool.
learned?
That's how I learned the CNC side of things. I have CAD and 3D printing and some, other things like working with lasers and that kind of stuff, and like CNC routing and all that kind of stuff I'd done before. Specifically CNC milling I hadn't done before. And as part of being part of the committee that helped to kind of determine how this machine would be operated, I actually went up to Madison, where Tormach is located, and took like a week-long course with them on their machines, and then kind of came back and helped to write the curriculum for the like learning program that we have here to teach members. Yeah, it was a really cool experience, and it's been great getting to both me like develop my skills in machining, and also to teach other people and to see, what they're able to do with it, and kind of as a community kind of build up our collective knowledge. So
How far is it from where you are or where you live?
it's about a mile and a half. It's not
Oh,
bad.
shit. Are you in the city? Like in
I'm
Chicago?
in the city. Yeah.
Okay, so there's probably a lot of people there then.
There's a good there that place has about 400 or 500 members, I think we're at
Oh,
right now.
shit. Okay.
Now, of course, how many of those are actually active at any given
Right.
time is hard to
But
judge,
that
but
would lead to Kyle. So first, Kyle was asking, have you ever tried white side bits?
no, I haven't.
Okay.
I
Maybe he
I
can.
I
You know what they are? I don't.
I'm I'm somewhat familiar with some of the different like coatings and things on the bits, but it's again also, when you're working with materials that are a little more forgiving, you don't have to worry as much about it, which is kind of nice. But I have run things for like I've like when I was doing this prototype, this blade is O2, so it's a tool steel. It's had to kind of consider that, and if I'm looking into doing titanium or anything like that, that'll be even more of a consideration. But um, you have to book time on the machines. So we have a scheduling system that we've kind of set up to help just basically ensure that, when you go, if you take the time to go all the way in there and that someone's not already using the machine, it's less of an issue on the Tormach, because the process to like becoming authorized on it is fairly extensive. We want to make sure that you have a pretty decent understanding of it. So there's a much lower volume of people who are working on that, versus we have a CNC router table, and that thing is crazy. That thing is always busy because it's wood, it's forgiving. Also, you can make things like furniture, and they use it to make all the push sticks for the table saw, and there's a lot more that a hobbyist level maker might do with a router table than a milling machine. But I like to make things that are small and sturdy and precise, and for that you need a mill. So, but I've
Uh,
definitely come in before and had there be someone on the machine, and now we've started to push the booking system more.
Gotcha. Uh, Low Rand says the Phoenix is the best design knife of 23. There's a vote for Maddie. Hell yeah.
Phoenix is it's a good looking knife, man.
Yeah, for
You did a
sure.
good job.
I would rather a horse-sized chicken.
A horse-sized chicken.
Uh,
Chickens can be
a
mean.
horse-sized chicken wing. Yeah.
Okay.
Loving the pony stout I picked up from you from Blade West. Such an awesome and underrated knife. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that, brother. Have you thought of doing more of the Phoenix with different blade shapes? I bet more people would buy them if you had a sheep's foot drop point. That would change I mean, you'd have to change the whole handle probably for that.
Yeah, that's always the tough part. Some
That's
some knives are really lend themselves to like changing up the blade shape, and some just really don't.
Well, if you have like a warnie or a sheep's foot, you can put almost anything in the handle. But if you have a trailing point like that, you can't anything that's lower in the tip, it's going to cause issues.
It also depends too on the profile of the spine, because if you don't have the room to bring that tip up, if it's gonna like poke out of the handle, or
right.
if it's even if it's just gonna give you a weird profile, I mean, part of it
That's what
is
I'm
just the
saying. Like with
aesthetic,
a
but
sheep's foot style,
yeah, you could kind of carve it out
like with
there.
a sheep's foot style, that tip sits so deep into the handle that if you change this to like a drop point, it would probably still fit in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
a clip point probably would start sticking out. You're right.
Hmm.
There you go, Casey. You can make a clip point microburst. Just saying. I wouldn't buy it, but is it an Avid CNC for the wood? Is that a
The CNC, the wood CNC that we have is a shop bot. It's a big old 8x12. We've actually talked about getting a Tormach one. I can't remember if that went through, but we've got the Tormach CNC mill, so it kind of makes sense to do a CNC router too, because it uses the same uses Path Pilot, which is like the control software. And we actually just got a Tormach plasma table as well. So when we're considering like, you know, this is a space where people who are complete beginners come in to learn something, there's definitely a case to be made about having them all run the same software. But right now it's a shopbot that we use.
there's a dinosaur question? All right. What is your favorite dinosaur and why did you choose the mighty T-Rex?
You've already answered the question. You asked and answered your own question. I don't know, man. My friend of mine sent me a picture of this dinosaur that was like a velociraptor that's like 2 feet tall, and I just wanted it as a pet. I don't remember what it's called, but whatever that dinosaur is,
What are you talking
I
about?
want.
The little guy?
Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah,
mini
the
velociraptor.
can't cap
Yeah, I don't know.
it's like K little guys.
Yeah, little guys.
Fuck, what are they called, guys? Anybody else watch Dino Ranch with their kid? Come on, remember what the hell they're called. They say it all the time, those little bastards. They're the ones that like eat everybody in the fucking Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, the little swarming ones. Yeah, those guys are cool.
Yeah, they are
It's
much
true, they are.
smaller in general. Raptors are, but these are something else. They're somebody's got to know. Come on, there's no nerds here. There's no Dino Ranch people here.
Ah,
No,
we're all
it's not a
space nerds
raptor.
here.
Okay. Small. Let me just do it. Small raptor-like dinosaur. Oh, not a microraptor. That's great.
Next month, Mark. Sometime next month.
God, what are those things called? It's really gonna bug me
Ichthyosaurus.
until I figure it out. Leftyosaurus pterodactyl. No, come on, guys. You guys really don't know this?
Space is what killed the dinosaurs. You're
Uh,
right.
can't believe I'm searching it this way. Oh, damn it. Compies. That's what they call them, comfies. Comfies.
Compy.
Yeah. This says compsognathidie.
Someone put that in
Compsognathidie.
the chat. Someone said that. Comp Compsognathus?
Yeah, compies. See, yeah, but he said it right after I did. Come on. I had to Google it though, but so did you guys, so it's okay. Somebody else said it? Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah.
beat you to
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
You got it. But that was after I started Googling already. But yeah, those little bastards. They call them compies or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys need to
Like
watch
a bunch of
Dino
those running around your
Ranch
yard.
on Disney. Just watch it. Trust me. Now everybody's saying it. Yep. I know, Bluminati. You said it twice. I got it. Oh man, that's funny. I bet the Devosaurus wears a thick gold chain. The Devosaurus. That's good, man. I like it. Space is what killed the dinosaurs. So space 1, dinosaurs 0. Oh man.
See, Matt and I are on the same page about space here, so
You guys like space, huh?
yeah.
So you're gonna just name them all after planets, or what's the plan?
No, I just general theme, like
You should
I mean
make
I want
you should make
I
the
want the
donut
name
one
to
and
like
call
fit
it the Uranus.
it.
Sorry,
Maybe
I had
one
to
day.
cut you off for that joke.
That was a good one. I do want the names to like somehow suit the knife, like for my it, when it came to the Mercury, I was thinking about how it's got kind of like this very it's pretty small, it's a very slim profile. It kind of has this quick kind of snappy action. So I was thinking about, you know, planets, and Mercury's the smallest planet in our solar system. It's also the fastest one. And then tying that in with Mercury, the Roman god with the winged shoes, it just kind of all seemed to make sense. And I'm sure some of the names will be less elegant than that one, but I think it's a pretty fitting name for this particular knife.
Yeah, and once you kind of pick the
I'm dropping
name
it.
and zero in on why, then you just convince yourself it makes perfect sense. So,
That too. Maybe I just thought it sounded cool.
it's this one, Stonehands. It's the Kaiser Mercury. Right, yeah. With the modified straight razor, the excellent flipper tab, really good action, and the crazy good machining. Clamshell, internally mounted clip, my skin on it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sweet knife, dude.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
All right, let's do this giveaway and then I'll wrap it up. I don't want to keep you all night. I'll just do the usual giveaway thingy. Oh yeah, we'll do hashtag Mercury. How about that? There we go.
Hey, there you go.
If I can spell it right. Let's see. It's not too hard.
Should do a live stream of you shaving, but then I would have to shave my beard. No one wants that. I would look like a 5-year-old.
Shaving your beard with the Mercury. Ow! I'm just kidding. I don't think pocket knives are sharp enough to shave. That did hurt a little bit there.
You'd have to really put some work into the edge probably to make
Yeah,
it
you gotta put a big, like a
shaving
really
sharp.
apex on it or whatever.
Yeah.
I used my beard trimmer has like a actual like electric razor attachment apparently, and I used it the other day. Shit made it was like baby smooth. Usually I just use the beard trimmer and then I have like stubble, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's been like almost a week and I'm just getting the stubble. That's the way to do it, apparently. Am I bleeding?
Yeah, for me it's mostly just the edging, right? So it's like trimmer, and then I actually do have a straight razor with the inserts that I just use to get the little line up there, but
Yeah.
probably not this guy.
I try to not shave. Real men beard up. Yeah, the problem with that is it gets gross. I just get to a point where I'm like, and then I shave it. And then I let it grow again. I'm not like anti-beard. I just want to grow it, shave it, grow it, shave it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of honestly, I was never like, oh man, I'm gonna grow a beard. I just like kept being so lazy that I that it would grow out, and then eventually I was like, well, okay.
He said, "Did you just
And
say?"
now if I
Did you
try,
take it,
my
G?
wife gets mad at me.
Oh
Getting
god.
words in my mouth here. Actually, you probably have it on tape, so
What up, Seth? It's cracking. Let's see. We got what do we got? 45 entries. All right. We got 85
good
people.
turnout.
We can get some more. We can get some more. I'm gonna grab a mailer for this. That'll get destroyed in transit. Apparently.
I mean, I use the same mailer, so now you got me worried.
I've never had, I've had the occasional problem, but it's like, it's not enough to where I want to switch because you have the occasional problem with a box too. So,
Yeah, that's true. I usually just try to package things well enough that it's like whatever happens to the packaging, at least the box inside of it will hopefully protect it.
yeah, that's my theory. And it's like,
Yeah.
the thing is in a box already. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it also just comes down to I find using mailers, you're much less likely to have the shit get stolen.
Sure.
Because I always hear people getting their shit stolen. It's always people who use. Oh, did I actually cut myself? No. Um, hold on, hold on. Let me. Or am I just red? Oh, I'm just red.
Yeah.
He got me. What was I saying? Oh, the people who always are like, my shit gets stolen. Like I always noticed, Brian Nadeau, Sharp by Design. It'd be like every time he did a drop, he'd be like, man, like 10 packages fucking got stolen in California, 8 pack, like, and he's just, I'm done with USPS. He'd start using like FedEx, and then the same shit would happen. Like,
Yeah.
and I think he would just use, because I've ordered from him, he would just use a priority box, and there was no tape or anything. Just the box, put a box in a box, and then take the little tab off they use and shut
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to take the shit out of the box after that. Or that's why I like using mailers because you're almost forced to put tape on it after, and then I just tape the shit out of it. So it's
Right.
kind of, whatever you want to do. If you want to spend the money on taping the shit out of stuff and the time, or if you want to just send it and then deal with shit getting taken or damaged, that's just kind of either or, I guess. Either way, you're probably spending the money.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this back up. All right, guys, that's it. So we got 48. All right.
Yeah.
What nerdy stuff do you collect?
What nerdy stuff do I collect? Oh man.
We know you collect nerdy stuff. That's not the question. It's what kind.
What kind of nerdy stuff? I don't know. I got some Lego sets
He's like
on
pocket.
my shelves. I got pocket knives. Yeah, I've got a whole desk covered in knives right now. I mean, are these nerdy?
Lego sets. All right.
I don't have that many though. I'm not really like a super huge collector of any like one specific thing. I like little trinkets and shit, but like, you know, I like having fun flippy knives, and I like having I do like watches. I like having interesting watches, not necessarily expensive ones. But I think it all kind of is in that same EDC vibe, you know? It's just like having little trinkets to carry around in your pockets and fidget with and whatever.
You're a watch guy.
A little bit, but not the kinds of watches that watch guys usually appreciate. I feel like if they saw my mini collection, they'd be kind of disappointed in me.
I just bought a new Apple Watch, waiting for that to
Oh,
show
there you
up. That's the only type of watch I get into.
go. Oh, a smartwatch.
I like having just the Apple Watch.
Oh, sure.
I just like having the weather and the time and like just everything right there when I look, and that's it. Like I don't do a lot on it. I really like that it has the weather and shit right there. I don't know why, but that's why
Yeah.
I like them.
I
So,
have an Apple Watch, but it's like the Gen 1 like original Apple Watch, and it's so
oh,
old that it just like
they're so slow.
barely functions. I think
Yeah,
that
they
it soured
definitely
me a little
got
bit on
better.
watches.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're not collecting watches. That's why I
No,
have one.
they're just watches.
Yeah, but I'm not a watch guy because I don't want to be a watch
Right.
guy. But I do like the Apple Watch. Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole yesterday because I was trying to decide which one to get, and because now they have the Ultra, which is like
Mhm.
titanium, but it's like thick and heavy, and like that's not what I want. It's more that's the watch for the collector people, I think. Um,
Right.
I want lightweight, but I want like good functionality and shit. Um,
Yeah.
but I also don't need it to do like crazy shit. I don't know. I like
Yeah.
timepieces, not digital clocks.
Yeah, that's kinda how I was like, for a
You
while, I
sound
wore my
like
Apple
my
Watch, and
lawn
then I
guy.
kinda hit a point where I was like, "You know what? I just want a watch that tells the time." And so then I switched and I started wearing just, like, normal, this watch doesn't even have a date function, and, uh,
What the fuck,
and
dude?
it's fine because it's like I always have my phone on me anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on information.
Please just read that. What the hell, man?
What is
Roses are red. My dick is blue. My heart is sad. I don't know what to do. Yo, Shel Silverstein over here. Damn, dude. That was a good one. You should write a poetry book, my brother. Maybe that'll cheer you up.
Yeah,
Useful to just see who's calling if your hands are busy. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I wanted to
true.
get a new one. Mine's a 6, I think, Series 6. I had a 2 before that. So I buy one like every 4 generations or something. I don't go crazy every year. But I just ordered a new iPhone because
Mm,
I wanted the bigger one. I have the Pro 13 Pro or something. Um, but I like jacked up my screen. It's all scratched and shit. I kind of want the larger one, and I want the one that has like the nicer camera because I figure
right.
I can kind of say it's for the channel and shit, And then
Yeah,
so then I was like, yeah, maybe I'll get a watch too. I don't know. That's why I was looking into it. But I got the one with cellular because I was like, maybe it'd be cool to have that. So that was my like reason for it. I had to get a cellular one.
and has it like, have you used it?
I didn't get it yet. I ordered it last night.
Oh, that's the one that you ordered. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I ordered the phone last week and I ordered the watch last night.
Oh,
But
alright.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So if anybody's looking for a Series 6 watch, let me know. Uh, Stick it in an outlet. Shocking results. Apple upgrade every year. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
did finally sign up for the every year thing because I was starting to get annoyed with at least I don't know if it's AT&T or Apple that forces it, but like they make you do like a 36-month thing when you get a new phone. Uh,
Yeah.
I was real close to just buying it outright this time because it shit's annoying. But then you lose. I forget there was something you would lose. I forget. You can't do a trade in or something. I don't know. Um, so I didn't buy it outright, but they do like 36 months, and it's like, dude, I'm gonna want a new phone in 2 years max. You know what I mean? Like it's just the shit
Sure,
they come
yeah.
out with cool stuff. Like I want to get the new cool stuff. Um, I'm not like one of the. I don't have to have it doing one every year, but I was like, I got sick of because the last 2 times now, I had the 11 Pro and then now the 13 Pro. The last 2 times I've paid off my phone to trade it in and get a new one. So I could just pay $5 a month extra and then be able to do it every 12 months. So
Right.
I'm just gonna do that now. Whether I do it every 12 months or not, I don't know. I guess I will because I'm paying for it. I might as well. But
Yeah, might as well.
the last 2 times I paid like $500 or something to get out of the one I have, just to trade it in. So then, I get like $1,000 for that, and then so I'm down like $500. I don't know. It's just stupid. I could just wait, but like I like new shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
100 bucks on. They were gonna give me 110 trade in, Kyle. So if you want to give me 110 bucks for it, I'll take it. It's not brand new though. You gotta know that. I've been wearing it for I don't know 2 years, so it's got like some scratches and shit, but it works fine. I think it's a 6. It's at least a 6. Does it tell you somewhere? Oh
I
yeah,
think on the back. Yeah.
Series 6, 44 millimeter aluminum and ceramic case, Ion-X glass, GPS, water resistant 50 meters. Ah, have I been wondering what that smell is? It's the fucking Apple Watch band. That does not smell good. It smells like kind of moldy. Well, shit. All right.
I don't know if you've been wearing it for 2 years. I think you're kind of telling on yourself there.
The other day, I was like, is my house like, what's going on? Like, is there like something smelly in here? And then I'd shift and it would go away, and I'd be like, okay, it's the fucking watch band. No, full disclosure, I didn't even pay for this watch band. This came from Andar. They make leather products and stuff. They're really cool. And I think I have a link to their stuff in the description, but they sent me this to, review or whatever, show off. Their watch bands are fucking amazing. Like that's all I've used for, I don't know, 3 years now or so. This one clearly way too long. I just need to wash it or something. Now I'm wondering if it has like fucking black mold on it. You might have another one in here. Probably should switch it out, huh? No, I think I threw them all away when I moved. So looks like I'll be buying new ones for the new watch. But he says dang and bathwater. Yeah, bathwater. I did just give my kid a bath, so maybe that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
I could probably just soak it in some soap and it'll be fine. It has a shipwreck patina. As seen on LeftyEDC, yeah, dude. I'll sell some shit, man. Pants, Apple Watch bands. If they give you 110 and then I offer 75. All right, then I'll keep it, dude. There's no way. I don't know. I just don't. I'd rather give it to somebody, not you, but I'd rather give it to somebody. If 110 bucks is my limit, I would say, and then it's going to a neighbor or somebody I like that doesn't have one and wants one. $90 now. Best salesman ever.
Well, now they know they're gonna have to buy a new watch band.
This watch. Well, yeah, of course you need a new watch band. I mean, who the fuck would buy a watch off somebody and use the same band? I mean, look at this thing, dude.
That's true. That's.
I have worn the shit out of this one, man. I didn't even realize how bad it was. Because I used to swap them every once in a while, but then I guess I packed them all up when we were getting ready to move, and I just haven't even thought about it. I almost ordered a titanium watch band last night, but then I was thinking, like, I feel like that's gonna add weight, and I feel like the point for me on these is to like lighten things up. I don't buy an Apple Watch for a fashion statement. I feel like people get that kind of like nobody's looking at your Apple Watch going, damn, like
Right.
it doesn't look like a Rolex.
Right. Well, it's like how people used to have iPhones and it was like the fancy thing, and now everyone's got something that looks at least identical to it, even if it's not an iPhone. And it's like it's not a fashion statement anymore. It's just a thing you have that you
Do you
do
not
stuff with. It's utility.
right. Do you not like Andar, Maddie? What's up with that? Uh if I don't take my watch off when I wash my hands, it starts to smell like mildew. That's what
Yeah.
this smell is, dude. What kind of
Yeah.
band do you have? Because it's not the watch, it's the band. Um, but I take it off. Like I take it off every night, and I put it on the charger. So I assume then it could dry. But I guess I just sweat. My hand sweats. I mean, you can see how fucking gnarly it is on the inside. I mean, even that side's fucked up. But yeah. Meanwhile, I thought my crotch smelled or something. I was like, "Oh, no, I'm getting fat. I'm getting that fucking, crotch smell," you know? Uh,
Someone's gonna buy that watch and they're gonna go, it smells fine. Now I'm starting to think it was his crotch.
yeah, right? It's the larger one. It's the 44 millimeter. 44 millimeter. I honestly don't think I have another band. I'll look around if somebody does end up wanting it, but I'm gonna get a new band probably for the one that I have coming. I could probably just put that band on here. I think I ordered the Sport Loop, the one you can adjust like Velcro style, not the shitty. I hate those silicone ones.
Mhm.
The band has lots of miles left on it. I'm guessing I could just soak it in water or something, and then I could put some of this wicked wax on it or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know if I want to even go through all that. Just buy a new one or see if they'll send me one. Thai band from Nomad. Yeah, Nomad seems to be a popular brand. Let me pull that up. Oh, dude, I don't want to keep you if you gotta you know, not be on a live stream all night. So just know you're not hostage. Anytime you need to go.
No, I'm good. This is fun. I'm
Okay.
enjoying this.
All right. I'm just making sure. I don't want you to feel like you're stuck here. Titanium band. Ah, here we go. All right, let's do. We're gonna do some Apple Watch shopping. Apparently, so the one I saw was from Robust. They have 3 versions. It looks pretty good. It's like $80. Holy shit, dude. 300 fuck now.
John.
Why would you spend more on the band than the goddamn watch? That does look good though. But
I can't do the metal link bands. I feel like they're
uh,
always pulling on my arm hairs.
well, apparently these don't. That's kind of the yeah,
Oh, they're like specially designed to not do that or something.
I don't fucking know. But that's what the one said. It doesn't pull in your arm. This one I don't know, but DLC scratch resistant, custom magnetic clasp. But yeah, if you look at this one, from come on now. How many colors did I look at? Oh shit, you're not even seeing what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. All right,
Yeah,
hold
no.
on.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I went into the product page. Hang on, there we go.
There you go.
So this said description. I swear it said somewhere does not pull on your hairs. Well, this is their version 2 or whatever, which $80 I could swallow. I don't think I could swallow 300.
300 is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, this has more titanium in it and it doesn't cost $300, so where's all that money going?
Yeah. And they're not. I doubt they're making. Well, Nomad might be making it here. That would be a good
Yeah, I
reason.
guess maybe that's the difference.
Swear to God, it says it doesn't pinch on your wrist, but maybe I saw that somewhere else. Where? Yeah, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I made that up,
It might have been a review or something.
or it was a different one. So yeah, that one's robust. It's probably made overseas, I would assume. So then this one, Nomad. Let's see. Built from gray tie to diamond light coating. Designed for Apple Watch. Usually, if it's made in the U.S., they they'll tout the shit out of that. That clasp looks sick, though. That looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. 300.
I mean, it looks good,
Oh,
but
it's
like
only grade 2
yeah.
titanium. So it's grade 2 titanium, 99% pure. That other one said 98.9%. And it was
That
$220
0.1%.
less. So is there something about this that's better?
Well, yeah, it's got an extra 0.1% titanium. That makes all the difference.
Compatible strap, one size fits all. What's a finish machine? Resists lateral side force when installed in Apple Watch. Wait. Grade 2 titanium, N52 magnets, DLC, custom stainless lugs, included custom adjustment tool. I also saw cool ones that were carbon fiber. That got me a little interested.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Why are the lugs made from? Okay. So, do they say somewhere like all their shit is made in the US, maybe? I think they just charge a shit ton for their stuff. Right?
Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
That's what a lot of companies do. They just
Right,
charge
it's like
a
the
lot.
premium lifestyle.
There's no good reason for it. They just do it.
No, it's
I
just
mean,
it's expensive, so it must be better.
look at the knife world. I mean, you're not big enough for crotch rot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Have you been rubbing your wrist across? Velcro one washes real well. I got a few miles on some women. What the fuck, dude? Send the band back for warranty. What, do they have a bad warranty? Oh no, I thought that was Maddie again because Maddie was talking shit. I don't know if there's some kind of Philly cheesesteaks or Italian beefs. What the fuck is that?
Philly cheesesteak.
What the hell is
Italian beef is it's very similar to a Philly cheesesteak, honestly.
Okay,
But
easy. It's definitely the Philly cheesesteak. You got anything
the
to
one that
auction
you've heard of.
off?
I got nothing.
Like prototypes or something? Or your
Well, here's
utility
the thing about my
knives?
prototypes is they're all unsharpened and unhardened with the wrong size pivots. So no one wants this. The only person who wants this is me.
What about your
Because
utility knives? You have any of those?
I'm working on them right now. I don't have anything yet. I have to get
Answer
back in.
no.
This is actually the only one that I have right now.
That
But maybe
banned
soon.
50% skin cells and bacteria by now. Yep, 4 easy payments.
Chicago hates Chicago.
Laireb makes a solid strap. I had one on my Apple Watch. You need to buy the Apple Watch connectors. Oh, fuck all that. Kev swallows. Dude, you are drunk as fuck tonight, aren't you? I swallowed for $80. Hell yeah, you heard it live in color. Let's see. Cheap date. Look for heated band. Wonder if it's a thing.
I really want a heated. I want the opposite. I want one that's like cool.
Yeah. Apple advertising the shit out of the Titanium Pro model, which probably has about 0.5 ounces of titanium. Yeah, you can watch a dude's video on it. I watched it today. His name's Jerry Rig Everything. He broke one and then he took it apart. And yeah, there's not a ton of titanium, but there is titanium. It's like fused with aluminum. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a cell phone. I mean, what are you expecting to make a full case that you can anodize? That would be cool.
That would be cool, actually.
That's for Knives needs a McDouble and a small McFlurry, and he's ready to go. No, you didn't miss it. It's still pending. Oh shit! Did I close that tab? No. There's 55 entries. Hashtag Mercury.
Yeah, not bad.
Why is there not 100% titanium? Well, because it's an alloy. As I understand, titanium is an alloy, which I think means it's combined. It's a combination of things, right?
No, well, it's not an alloy, but it's really difficult to get completely pure.
There you go.
And
You can't.
usually
I
they'll
doubt you could work with 100% titanium. It would be like what is it, like an ore, or like how, like you can't just like go to
yeah,
a mountain and get fucking whatever it is out of the mountain. You have to work it to make it usable for your purpose, which means it's going to dilute it a little bit.
they'd have to refine it, yeah, and I think that the refining process, the more
1%,
refined it is, the more work it takes to refine it, right?
right? Like
So they
go try to
yeah.
get 100% pure Coke. You're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think you're going to get pure titanium? Kaiser Bougia? Bugia? Oh, I know which one you're talking about. That's a cool one. Yeah, the Russian design. I can't remember how you say it, but yes, very cool. What grade is pure titanium?
Well, if it was pure titanium, it would
Yeah,
be
it wouldn't be a grade. The one we use on knives a lot, it's grade 5. So that's the other thing you guys need to know is like when you get something made out of titanium, like let's say this quick release right here, this is titanium. That doesn't mean it's the same titanium you're used to. That's why you'll see titaniums like this that have this, like the color's not the same. Now, of course, finishing obviously changes it, but like if you buy those cheap ass clips on Amazon that say they're titanium, but then you can just bend them like a fucking paper clip, they're like grade 1 titanium or something. This is probably not grade 5 titanium. There's no reason to use grade 5 titanium on a quick release other than to just flex, I guess. It's still going to have the properties needed to do this and be cool, and they can still anodize it if they need to. But like I don't see that why they would need grade 5. But that's why if you bead blast this and then you bead blast this, the colors aren't the same. Because this is, a lesser grade or whatever. It's not a Philly without the onions. Eesh. I never get the onions. Alex, are you going to do any utility knives in copper? Yeah. He just said he was
Hey,
doing
you
a
see
run.
right there, that's a bar of copper that's waiting for me to find some time to get into the shop and start turning it into the utility knives. So hoping to have some of those soon.
My mom just got the titanium iPhone. Yeah, I'm like, I guess I ordered mine, but I'm on a list. I don't know how that works. They probably are back ordered or something, so I gotta wait to get it, which is dumb. It's a fucking cell phone,
Right.
I also picked the natural tie one because I just thought that would be cool, but I think that's the one everybody wants. So I probably should have went with something else. Tie is an element. Yes, it's an element. How do you spell Mercury? It's Mercury. There are also different grade ratings in different parts of the world, right? Well, like in China, is it? They call it grade 5. Here we call it 6.4 ALV or whatever, or the other way around. I don't remember. But those are the same. So if you see grade 5 titanium or you see 6.4 what is it? 6 ALV4 titanium, those are the same thing. It's like aluminum. You guys know, like ProTech uses what do they use? 6061 aluminum or something. But then there's another.
It's like the standard.
Then there's like 7 whatever. That's what like Hawk was using on their deadlocks. They were using the higher end aluminum or whatever you want to call it. But Apple, they listed it as grade 5 titanium. The little bit that's in it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's grade 5, but it's like a little. Yeah.
I got contacts, so just depends. Usually I wear contacts because I went 32 or 33 years without glasses, so I prefer that. I did get used to it. I wore them for like a year or a year and a half before I tried contacts, and it was fine. I just hated how they fogged up, and you had to worry about them, and I'm one of those super OCD people, so I'm like always cleaning them and shit. I think people who grew up with glasses, it's just easier. They prefer to just have glasses.
Yeah.
If you can get 100% pure grade titanium, if you go mine it in level 99. You're talking about Minecraft? Did I win the giveaway? I wonder what grade it is in my hand and ankle. I would assume it's probably grade 5. It's probably the better stuff that they use for medical purposes.
Or 6. There is 6.
Yeah. There's also a 9. This pry bar is made out of grade 9 titanium, which is actually more malleable. I think it's softer than grade 5, even though it's grade 9. I don't know how all that works, but
right. Well, titanium's a little different than steel, right? Like people aren't just looking for hardness when it comes to titanium,
right?
Which is kind of interesting because like there are all these pries and things that are being made out of titanium now, but I think titanium is, it's a bit more of like a trendy material than it is like the perfect material for that use case. But then you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. You can anodize it and give it nice finishes and stuff. So, and it still works great.
The Thai iPhone has horrible reviews. It doesn't flex as much as the aluminum. And
I don't want my phone flexing, to be honest.
Why would you be flexing your phone? This is the shit that people watch these fucking YouTube videos, and these guys are like, they take a machine and bend the iPhone. When are you gonna do that?
Right.
Like the most you're gonna do is put your fucking fat ass on it and probably do it flat. Like it's not gonna be a big deal. I don't know. But then again, I was watching all these because now it's been a month or whatever. So now there's all these 1 month with the iPhone videos, and everybody's like, it's fine, it's good, it's great. Like, there's just every time a new product like that comes out, there's always going to be the people who make those videos to get views. That's what it is. Like, oh, it sucks. I could smash it with a hammer and it breaks. Like, oh shit, really? Can't bring my hammer to work with me and smash my phone anymore? God damn it. Yeah, what up, Mike? What's going on? If you had 100% titanium, it would turn ducks into horse-sized savages. 6061 versus 7075. There you go. Thank you. Get LASIK. I have an astigmatism. I'm not sure that works. As far as I understand, with an astigmatism, it'll just come back. So you'd have to get LASIK over and over, which is dumb.
Yeah.
So far, I don't mind contacts. I'm pretty good with them. It's a step up from glasses, so we're getting there. And my eyes aren't so bad that when I go on a trip, I'll usually throw my glasses in a bag, but I never take them out. Like, I just wear contacts and then I take them out. I can still like get by fine until the next day or whatever. Pure titanium scratch is easier than alloys. There you go. Nice. It's probably not as strong. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Soon I shall be 4 years sober from booze. Okay. All right, well then you're high as fuck or something.
Had to specify.
I have a 10-ounce bar of pure titanium. Nice, dude. Are you gonna make a phone out of it? Should make a phone out of it.
10 ounces of titanium. How big is that?
10 ounces? It wouldn't be that big.
I don't know. I mean, I think that'd be like a good little chunk.
Wouldn't be crazy.
Wouldn't be wild, no, but I want one of those tungsten cubes.
They suck
Like,
so bad they
big.
all sold out. I'll let you know, man, when I get it. I'll let you know if I snap it in half with my fucking Hulk Hogan arms. Yo, what up, ATR in the hills? What's up, dog? It's cracking. I heard the Thai iPhone activates 5G sleeper cells. Anyone see my Facebook post yet? No, I haven't. And I don't go on Facebook for that reason. I don't want to see people's fucking posts. Does it have a knife in it? Kev, that reminds me of the guys that buy a Yeti and cut it in half to show you what's inside. That's pretty much what that guy, Jerry Rigged Everything, does. But like that's what he does for a channel. He like will take things apart. And I think he usually tries to put it back together. But like some of these people buy them just to destroy them, which is fine. As long as they're not going to complain that you can cut it in half. You know what I mean? Like there's a balance there. Dying for an American Devo. Well, you're going to keep waiting, man. I'm sorry. We're trying, but it's just not happening, man. We could pretty much check off 2 OEMs at this point that we've tried. The first one wasn't actually making anything here or wasn't making our knives here. And the second one has disappeared. So keep trying. Can't drive over my phone. I bet you could drive over that bitch. No problem.
The driving test, I feel like, is misleading because, like, yeah, it can get smushed under like the rubber car tires, but like, what about your keys? You know?
Yeah. I have daily contacts. Stupidly wear them more than one day. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't understand that. I have dailies. I mean, yeah, you pay 500, 400 bucks. I don't know how much they are after the rebate. Maybe it's like 300 bucks or something for a year. I mean, and then just the idea of taking them out and storing them. I had to do it when I got contacts because they gave me trials and then the shit was on back order and I really liked them and I didn't want to go back to glasses. Like I was excited to finally not have glasses. So I put them in the containers with the shit and like did what people who have like monthlies do or whatever. But like, unless you have a reason like that where they're on back order or something, there's no reason to use those more than a day. Like, we're trying to save money, I guess. But I don't know. I like that I can just chuck them and be done, you know? 10 ounces is about 10 ounces. I've got some titanium bars. Yeah, man. I want to go to a CCKS sometime. I'd like to come out and visit Ev and then go to it, but I just don't know when I'd be able to do it. Not this year. Maybe in the spring would be cool. But I already travel for Blade Show and then Blade West. Next year we're doing Texas, so it's hard to be like, oh, I'm just going to go for another show that I'm not exhibiting at. It's not bulletproof? What the those bastards. Gonna be honest, bro. You don't have, I don't know. You don't have to be honest. Like, you don't have to, or you don't have to feel bad about it, dude. I don't buy everybody's knife. Oh, I didn't show you guys. I got the prototypes from from QSP. So this is the QSP nip slip prototype. On this one, we did dark matter orange and then orange aluminum pivot collars. And then they were able to do a full hollow grind up to the spine. You can see it from here to here. Belt satin. You can see that full hollow. It's fucking sick.
Looks nice, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. And they contoured it more than the Kubi prototypes. It's going to be hard to see right there. I got a video coming on it, and they crushed the walk and talk. It's really good. Here's the Kubi one. There's some weird differences. Like, we gave them all the same specs, but that's what I was saying earlier about it. Like, they had some room for interpretation, I guess.
Right.
This one's Kubi. This one's QSP. It's hard to tell.
The shape is a little different.
This one's flatter. The scales are flatter. This one's more contoured. If you can see it, but and then this one, the spring's a lot stronger, which I actually like, but it's a little too strong maybe. And then there's a little hitch right here. This one's perfect with the walk and talk, but they can't do the full hollow to the spine, and that makes a huge difference over here. I think just looks cleaner, but this one actually has a smaller choil, so you get a little bit more cutting edge on that one, which is interesting. It's not longer blade, it's just more cutting edge, like it's just offset. Yeah, but this one's more comfortable because you have a wider choil. Where this one, for me, it's fine, but I think for larger hands it might be a problem. I don't know. They're both really good. So, and we have one other company making them, Concept. So we'll see how they come out, but really excited about those. Yeah, the Lush, man, that's Concept's finishing those up. I don't know when they're going to be done, but it's supposed to be November. So we shall see. All right, let me catch up, and then we'll finish this giveaway and shut her down. I gotta work tomorrow. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do too, but I'd rather be sitting here talking about knives than going to work. So
hell yeah. So I'll go in together and get Kev a CNC machine so he can take production in-house. Hell yeah, man. If you guys want to buy me a CNC, I'll fucking learn how to use that shit.
I'll teach you.
Yeah, there we go. Alex will teach me. We might need a few more tools. I don't know if I can do all the finishing and everything
yeah.
With my Milwaukee power tools, but we'll figure it out.
You get there. You could just finish it all on the machine like Grimsmo does.
For me, it's a lazy thing. I don't take them out, and I know that's the worst, but I just get tired and sleep. Never had them in for more than 40. Dude, how do you do that? I like after this live stream, I'm going to be like, oh my God, my eyes are dying. I need to take them out. Like, how do you keep them hydrated enough?
I can't do contacts for more than like 2 hours at a time.
I mean, I can do I'll usually get up, whatever. I wear my glasses for the first part of the day because I don't think it's good to be staring at a screen with contacts all day. So then I'll I don't know, put them in at like noon or 1, and then I'll wear them till 1 a.m. But by then they start to get really dried out and whatever. Maybe if you chug water all day, it just keeps refreshing them. It's possible. But then to sleep in them and then wear them again, then like not even take them out and just roll into the next day.
Yeah,
That's
no.
fucking impressive, dude. What brand do you have? Because I need to get some of those. I want that. Oh, you're talking about the QSP nip slip? Yeah, dude, they came out sick. Okay, sounds like you guys like them. Yeah, it does. It looks really good. They both do, honestly. But that contouring and the full hollow. But the other thing you got to know is, yeah, I definitely prefer the QSP one. That one's like basically a finished product. You know what I mean? The QB one, we'd need to just, I don't know if they've ever done a slip joint. And they did a great job for, a prototype. We'd have to dial it in a little bit. But that one is $25, $30 less per knife on our end. So your end, that adds up. So there's a big difference there. That knife now goes from like 150 to 199. I would say I would go with the 199, but we know right now in the market, people are trying to not spend money. So
Yeah.
lower the price, the better. We're trying to keep it under 200. So I think no matter what, it'll be 199 at the most. So, and then I'll have fat carbon inlays. It's a little more to make than the nip, because if you look at the nip, it either has titanium scales and then, steel liners, right? Or it has carbon fiber scales, camo carbon, and steel liners. The slip joint will have S90V too, titanium hardware and everything. But the slip joint has titanium and then inlays of fat carbon. So it just costs more money to have it inlaid like that. And then, like I said, using QSP just costs more. And for them to do this full height hollow grind is also more expensive than just a traditional hollow grind, even with a belt satin. So, but I would pay the extra $20. 1/64 more cutting edge. Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's noticeable in use, but it's noticeable visually. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep trying, man. We'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Got a proto lush, and damn, it's nice. Sick, dude. Yeah, I can't wait for those either. Just freaking concept apparently takes forever. Take out contacts? Do you change your underwear too, rich boy? My uncle used to leave his contacts in for a week or two. No idea how he doesn't get more eye infections. Yeah, I worry about that too. I mean, I wash my hands like constantly before I touch them and shit like that, just to be safe. Nip slip is the best double entendre knife in the business. It's great. What about both? I don't think we could do both. Alex, why is chicken and dumplings 10 times better than clam chowder?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. That was a weird one. Yo, Ev, what up? I was just saying I want to
Maybe.
come out, stay with you, and go to CCKS sometime. I'm inviting myself. Just got my first pry bar. I think I might get it now. This thing's cool. Really? I don't think I get it. I don't
I
know.
don't think I quite get it yet either.
So this guy, he gave me this at super nice guy. His brand is Tomorrow Tool. He sells them through American Edge. He works there. He does their mod work. Great dude. This is the butter bar. And it's cool. I mean, it's really comfortable in the hand. You know, but I've been carrying it for about a week, and I was just like trying to find a reason to use it. And it has not come out of my pocket one time. Actually, the only time it came out of my pocket was when I had pants on that didn't have this extra pocket I have, and I had to either swap this out or my flashlight, and I need my flashlight. I use this a million times a day. So I had to pull this out. But I really tried to carry it for a week straight, didn't use it once. So like I guess it's just not for my lifestyle. I don't know. I mean, I know it's like people who carry nucks and coins, like you just like it. I get it. Maybe if I drank and I pop bottles a lot, you know. But I don't know. Again, super cool product and everything. I just can't find a use for it. So I don't want to carry it, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat about them. Like, if it's something you find yourself needing a lot, like I know a lot of people like to carry like a Swiss Army knife just because it has the screwdriver, right? So maybe if it's like, oh, I need to pry shit all the time, but I don't need to pry shit all the time.
Right. And you can always find something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just had a chance to open my WMK nip. Why does that sound weird? WMK. White Mountain Knives nip. Came home from business. Love this thing. Awesome, dude. Glad you like it, man. That's the best part, man, about having a knife design or brand or whatever. When people love it, it's pretty nice.
It is nice.
And you don't have the fun part because you know it's going through Kaiser, so you don't have to deal with like QC and warranty issues. You'll mostly just hear how good it is.
Right. Yeah. I don't have to be the
Yeah.
one that people call when they're not happy about the knife.
It happens.
So I've had to deal with it with the other shit that I do with the. I actually had to working on new springs for these because one guy was using his box cutter in like a really corrosive environment and the spring rusted out, and I was like, all right, I got to figure out new springs.
Oh,
so switch to spring material.
Springs. What do you do for work? Why do you need a pocket pry bar?
Maybe you're a painter, open up paint cans.
I'm just skipping your comments, Maddie. No more.
Yeah, and so do the lobster tanks.
Gotta go grab a beer. You guys are nuts. Yeah, bro. If you can use it, then it makes sense. I'd never have a use for it. Own handyman business. Yeah, but then don't you have like a real pry bar with you, like a mini pry bar, or what are they called, a cat's claw or whatever? Don't you have one of those? Like, would you really be using this all day? I don't know. I get the need for a pry bar, but one of these? I don't know. This Surge is fire. Yeah, dude, I had mine on me today. Surge Panchenko slip joint. It's called the Slip 7.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. A couple things I don't like about it. The clip. I hate clips on slip joints. I just find it weird. And I'm left-handed, so the way the clip was, I hold the knife right here to open and close it. So I would be right on the clip, and it would shift back and forth. It was just so annoying to be touching. So I have to have these stupid screws in here to take it out, which they should have an option somehow do it seamlessly. And then it has great walk and talk, but you have to have blade play to get that nice jumpy spring. If you tighten it down to no play, it has almost no action at all. But other than that, it is fantastic. I have nitpicks for every knife, so that's not like that wasn't bad. The pool is great, dude. The pool is fantastic. Like the G10 one, non-existent. This one is like 7.5. It's really good, especially for something with this much pinchability. Like it feels like a lot of resistance. It's really good. I use a pocket pry bar all day, but I'm a dollhouse burglar. What? I don't get the joke. Sorry.
It's like a mini crowbar. I think that's the joke.
I don't know. I use it to put staples when disassembling pool tables plus other various takes. Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if you had a cat's claw in your tool? Like, don't you have like a tool belt or something you're using? So wouldn't you just have a cat's claw that you could do your? I mean, that's essentially what a cat's claw is, I guess, right? Isn't that what it's called, a cat's claw?
Yeah, those little mini, like little crowbar looking things.
Yeah, constantly having to scrape stickers, paint, and assorted crap at work. I usually have to go and get a putty knife. Now I can use this in the pocket. Okay. The only downside with that is because I've had those pocket pry bars, it's such a small surface area that you're there fucking scratching that sticker for a half hour. You could go get your putty knife and it would come off in like 2 scrapes. So how much time are you really saving? I actually tried it on I had one of those KC Lynch. I really don't like the all access pry bars. Don't tell, said Stevie. Because ergonomically in the hand, the size of them, and then the bottle opener, you're just like squeezing on a freaking bottle opener that hurts like hell. And then I was trying to open a paint pan and it like slipped and it pinched the fucking shit out of me, like with the clip or something. They're just like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I sew on an industrial sewing machine. Lots of random flathead screws, and sometimes shit gets jammed. Okay. Is the blade centered? Looked off at a glance. Are you talking about the Surge? You can just center it. That's the nice thing about having blade play. I can just center that thing for you, and you're good to go. But yeah, I mean, if I open and close it, it'll probably be off slightly. You know, but that's the thing. You can see the whole handle. You can see the blade moving. Let me see if I can show you. Get my stupid face out of here. Like, I don't know if you can see that, like right here, you can see the blade shifting. Oh my God. Put away your face. Okay, it's not going to work. Sorry. But I can see it like wobbling. That's how much play there is. So, but you're not going to hard use this thing. You're going to open packages and shit. So.
Right. It's a letter opener.
Cat's paw. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever that thing is, that's a fucking pry bar. I guess it's a pry since you use a cat's paw to pry out nails. Yeah, there you go. See? But then you could have a mini pry bar. Whatever. Fine. There's a use for you guys. Okay? I still don't think those little all-access pass ones make sense. Like this does. Because it's a solid piece. There's no fucking bottle opener to destroy your hand. And then you have a nice, thin, flat piece right here. You can get under stuff. It's long enough to fit the hand. I don't know. Those really little ones kind of, you know. Anyway, I'm glad you guys like them. All right. All right. Let's do this giveaway. And then we'll actually do it now. 60 entries. All right, here we go. You don't even know what's in here, guys. It's been so long. Craig Wilkes with the win. You know what?
Nice.
There's some people, they might not even be here anymore. Somebody tell Craig he won. Craig, email me at LeftyEDC88@gmail.com. You won the O-Knife Shaital and the aluminum quick release from Ant Designs, which is pretty cool. I actually put one on my keys and tried it out. It works really well. I think I do like my Prometheus design one better, though, because it's a little smaller and it doesn't have magnets. Oh, there he is. All right, cool, Craig. You have my email anyway, but I probably have your address, but just shoot me an email so that I remember and I'll ship it tomorrow. All right. I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's late for you, huh?
Yeah, it's like 12:30. I just want to like try to maybe squeeze a snack in and then go to bed. I gotta be up at 7 or whatever. Is there anything you wanted to mention about the knife or in general or talk about before we?
I had no plans coming into this. I probably should have, but honestly, this was just a good time. Thanks for inviting me on here, man.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you coming on short notice. I know I asked you at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like just earlier today.
Just randomly. Hey, dude, I like your knife. You want to come on? Sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love an opportunity to just talk knives and everyday carry and design and industry shit, you know?
For sure, dude. I agree. I like doing it too, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so check out the Mercury. This puppy's dropping in November. Alex's first design collaboration, and it's fantastic, dude. Congrats. It came out
Thank you
really
very
good.
much.
And I love this thing, man. So all right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.